Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Bruce Harper Stadium here on the campus of Tempe High School in Tempe, Arizona. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Ed Cole. Another edition of Thursday Night Kickoff on the air. Tonight, we have a 3A matchup as the Yuma Criminals come out to battle these very same Tempe Buffaloes. Both teams winless so far on the 2024 season, but something will give here tonight, and one of these teams, Ed, is going to walk out with victory number one.
Oh, something has to give. You cannot go 0-3 if you're one of these football teams and expect to make a playoff run late in the season. You've got to get a victory tonight. The elements are here. It is hot on this field. It's been 115 all day, and it feels like 115 now. So whichever team can stay hydrated and stay the healthiest tonight, I think they've got a better shot to win.
Absolutely right. We had a chance to visit with Coach Freeman the other night on the Desert Gridiron game plan, and he really felt good about his team's chances. A close one out there in Yuma last season, a 25-23 battle, and obviously the Yuma Criminals coming out tonight looking for a little bit of revenge.
Of course, when you go down to Yuma, you win by 2. Yuma wants to come up here and exact some revenge from last September 1st. That loss down there at home. So we'll see what happens tonight. It's going to be a good football game. Again, 2 0-2 teams. You cannot afford to go 0-3 tonight. So something, as you mentioned, has got to give. Somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. So we'll see if it's Yuma or Tempe.
Saul Mendez, the quarterback for Tempe High School. We're looking forward to another big season from him. Just a junior for the Tempe Buffaloes. You can believe that. And, Ed, he had a fantastic sophomore season.
Absolute growth. And we'll see, as you mentioned, his junior season, game number 3, their home opener. Let's see what happens. Is the crowd's going to get him hyped up? Is he already hyped up? Are his teammates getting him hyped up? So it's up to him. Can he hype himself up tonight for what's going to be a huge game for him tonight?
Hacksaw, one of the players on defense here for the Tempe Buffaloes, and not only can they play offensive great football, but they also play really well, tough, hard-nosed football on the defensive side as well.
And that's what you're going to have to do. It just can't be offense and special teams. Your defense has got to step up huge tonight. You've got to make key stops in key situations. When you get to third down, can your defense get to the quarterback and force the issue, force a sack, force a turnover, force a fourth down turnover? So whichever defense is going to be able to do that on a consistent basis tonight, again, they've got a better shot to win.
Attrition is going to be one of the factors out here tonight at Tempe High School. As you mentioned, Ed, the heat, 115 degrees, maybe even 116 today out here on the playing surface. And so hydration and conditioning are going to be at a premium tonight for both these ball clubs.
It's going to be a premium for you and I. So when we go to break, I'm hitting my water. That's how bad it is out here. But as you mentioned, yeah, so hydration and these guys they've got to stay limber on the sidelines. They've got to stretch. If they got a bike out of here, they've got to ride the bike to stay limber. They've got to stay loose and healthy because the heat will lock them up and they will get a lot of cramps tonight. You may see a lot of that tonight, folks. So, again, stay hydrated is key tonight.
A couple of weeks into football season here, we've seen a lot of cramping throughout every level of football here in these few short weeks of the 2024 football season. We're excited you joined us here tonight on Arizona CW7. Stay with us. We'll be right back for more of the pregame show right after the break.
Any good cop can tell good from bad, and truth from lies. And Democrats like Ruben Gallego are lying about their border agenda. Gallego talks tough now, but for 4 years in Congress, he backed Kamala Harris' border policy 100%. The same policies that created record immigration encounters, sent tax dollars to illegal invaders, and resulted in tragic overdose deaths. This crisis happened on Ruben Gallego's watch. Don't let it continue on yours.
I'm Carrie Lake, and I approve this message.
We welcome you back to the pregame show here on Arizona CW7 as we get you ready for the Yuma Criminals and the Tempe Buffaloes. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside head coach Sean Freeman of Tempe. Coach, how was the offseason? A lot of work has gone into tonight here. It's your home opener. What are you feeling right now?
I feel ready to go. You know, it's one of those things where it's a heavyweight fight, you know, and you're ready to come out swinging. So, you know, our boys are ready to rock and roll, and we're juiced up.
Tell us about this matchup here tonight. A close game out there in Yuma last year, 25-23. How are you feeling about this one here tonight?
Yuma's tough. They're a bunch of tough kids from Yuma, so we don't take them lightly. But I feel that we have some boys out here that are ready to go and fly around and go get the ball tonight. So we're going to come out and bring it to them.
Tell us about your offense and quarterback Saul Mendez. He's really solidified himself here with the Buffaloes going into his junior season, just a junior, and ceiling really high on this young man.
Hey, he's the king of Tempe for a reason, and so we know we got some guys in some other schools that are getting some pub, but this is probably the most underrated quarterback in the state of Arizona. He's lights out when he's on, and he's ready to rock and roll tonight. I know I keep saying rock and roll, but for some reason, he's the guy that nobody talks about, so we're going to talk about him tonight, and he's going to showcase his skills tonight.
Tell us about some of those defenders that you got for the Buffaloes. Those guys play hard-nosed football. Just tell us about your defense.
Defense is lights out. So we got 6'4" Zion Walters at safety. We have Adrian Hacksaw Hackett at linebacker, Jaden Chavez, Trent Wallace at D tackle. So there's a bunch of guys who come together, especially in the summer during camp, and they want to be the best defense in the state. So we're going to make it happen.
Coach, we all know that you can't do this out here by yourself. Tell us about your coaching staff and administration and the support they give you day in and day out here in this grinding heat. And we talked about the grind a little bit earlier. That's what it is.
Yeah, first of all, I just call timeouts. That's all I do. So, my offensive coordinator, Matt Penning, has been with me. This is his second year with me. Amazing mind for the offense. Brian Davis, defense coordinator. I mean, he brings it every time. Doug Dennis, our offensive line coach. Frank Peak, our running back coach. Shelly Arredondo, our AD. Brian Gulliford, our principal. Adam Johnson, our assistant principal. And the most awesome guy in the world, David Huffine, our district AD. And they make this thing possible for us.
It certainly takes a village, doesn't it, Coach? You guys come into this game 0-2. What's it going to take tonight to get over the hump and get that first win of the season?
Grit. It's time to go to work.
Time to go to work. Absolutely right. Coach Sean Freeman joining us here on the pregame show. Thank you, Coach, for your time. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight. And we're looking forward to a fantastic ball game. We're going to get Parker Garash on here right quick, our sideline reporter for CW7 Arizona and Thursday night kickoff. Parker, great to see you, my friend. Tell us what you're looking forward to tonight here in this game. Look at that. The sun has finally gone down below the horizon, and it might almost be bearable out here now.
Yeah, it's definitely cooled down a bit since the middle of the afternoon, but I think both of these teams being 0-2, it's going to be a battle of who can get the first win. Of course, it's being Tempe's first home game as well. They're going to come out probably with a little bit more juice, but yeah, I think it's going to be a highly competitive game between the two teams.
The Criminals really tough as well. They're 0-2, and we talked about it all throughout the pregame so far. One of these teams going to get their first win of the season. What do you think we can see from this Criminals squad after traveling 3+ hours out here? What kind of toll does that take on a team?
Yeah, I mean, with the heat, it probably took a little bit of a toll on their bodies, but with a lot of the guys coming back from last year's team, they're going to, I'm sure, probably want to get back, especially with losing last season. But yeah, I think they're going to come out ready to win and ready to go.
It should be a fun time here tonight. Thank you for Parker Garash joining us here, our sideline reporter. Check in with him all night long here on the sidelines here at Tempe High School. We'll be right back with more of the pregame show live from Tempe right here on Arizona CW7. Stay with us.
In the time it took me to get this coffee, there was most likely a serious car accident here in the Valley. I'm attorney Fred Thomas. I grew up in the Valley. I've been helping injured people in the Valley for almost 20 years.
If you're injured, contact an attorney that, like you, calls the Valley home. And, like with so many others, will get you the compensation for your pain.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, call me, and I'll get you the compensation you deserve.
If you're injured, call Thomas Law.
The Window Depot is more than a window store. The Window Depot is a one-stop warehouse with everything you need for your complete home remodel. Shop the aisles of pre-built cabinets in a variety of colors, granite and quartz countertops, sinks, skylights, and hardware to complete your project. Need a custom order? We can help. Our designers offer free design services and can special order everything you need for your kitchen or bathroom remodel today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
In the time it took me to get this coffee, there was most likely a serious car accident here in the Valley. I'm attorney Fred Thomas. I grew up in the Valley. I've been helping injured people in the Valley for almost 20 years.
If you're injured, contact an attorney that, like you, calls the Valley home. And like with so many others, will get you the compensation for your pain.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, call me, and I'll get you the compensation you deserve.
If you're injured, call Thomas Law.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual.
Everything's made fresh.
Everything.
Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant.
Culver's. Yay! We love our guests.
Love.
As much as our guests love us.
This is me and my happy place.
from Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
I'm Doug Hopkins, and I want to buy your house. With over 30 years in the business, my team knows how to get you more for your house. At DougHopkins.com, we don't just promise more, we deliver more. That means a top dollar offer for your house. No agent fees, no cancellations, and no hassles. Want even more? We can close in as little as 3 days. And you can even stay in your home after closing. That's the Doug Hopkins difference. Call us at 1-800-SELL-NOW or visit DougHopkins.com and get more for your home today.
Folks, welcome back to Tempe High School for Thursday night kickoff here. Yuma and Tempe about to do battle just in a couple of minutes. We're pleased to be joined by Yuma head coach Armando Mosqueda. Did I get it right, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, you did.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you for your time. 3.5-4 hour drive up here. How was the drive up here? And I know that the elements are here tonight. So how was the drive, and how are you guys prepared? Are they ready to go for Tempe tonight?
Yes, we're ready to go. We've been practicing all week. We've been practicing outside. It's been hot. We knew it was going to be hot today, but it's just another adverse situation to overcome.
So you're 0-2, obviously not the start that you wanted. Obviously, you'd like to be 2-0 or at least 1-1 at this point. What are going to be some keys to victory tonight over Tempe? When you scout them, when you scout the Buffaloes, what do you see in them, and what are you going to try to do to counteract what they're going to do against you tonight?
So after watching film, we know they're a pass-heavy team. They're going to throw the ball. They got good receivers. They got good size, run good routes. So we just got to prepare for that. We got to be ready for the air raid. I think the main thing is we just got to be consistent and do our job, right? We got to just keep doing what we got to do, and if we do that, we'll succeed. We know they're going to make big plays. It happens. We got to have that next play mentality.
Coach, how important is the turnover battle, winning that turnover battle, not turning the ball over or forcing turnovers on Tempe?
That's kind of the biggest part of the game, right? It comes down to about 7 big plays. Most of those are turnovers. You got to win that turnover battle. You got to keep possession of the ball. The longer you have the ball, the more in control of the game you are. So we got to win that battle. So they're going to be throwing the ball, so we're hoping to maybe get a few strip sacks or maybe a few picks, hopefully to turn that game around and build some momentum.
Coach, tell us about your offense. Break them down real quick. I know we've got a short amount of time, but tell us about your offense, then tell us about your defense.
Okay, our offense, we got a pretty young line, but our receivers, we got some pretty good receivers, a quarterback that's willing to throw the ball, some pretty good running backs. Overall, our offense, we're pretty well balanced. We feel pretty confident in our offense. Defensively, we're a little young and inexperienced, but we're kind of building that as we go with each game. We're starting to feel more comfortable. My main hope is that we're able to handle the pass and kind of just get more comfortable after the first few plays.
And we know it's 3/3 of a football team, not just offense and defense, but special teams. Break down your special teams unit and how important they'll be to a victory tonight.
Yeah, so special teams, like you said, it's a whole third of the game. It comes down to possession, where the flip the field of play, punt, kickoff, all those aspects, right? It's important. We got to contribute as a team because every man matters no matter what. Every single play, every down, got to give it all, and we'll succeed if we do that.
Coach, how have you seen your team grow? You talked about confidence. Your team is building confidence over the first 2 weeks going into this third week. How have you seen them grow in the bond and the chemistry build between this team? You mentioned it's a young team, so how is this chemistry building in such a quick manner in 3 weeks?
Yeah, so like I said, we do have a young team, but my older guys, my more experienced guys that have had experience on varsity, and they're kind of bringing those young guys along with them. They're showing them the ropes. They're building their confidence. They're showing them that they can do this, that our sophomores were a little unconfident, but they're getting hit. They're understanding that it's a lot faster-paced game, and they're getting more prepared to it. So they're feeling a lot more comfortable and confident.
JP talked to Coach Freeman about the elements, about the heat and the adversity. It's going to be a battle of attrition tonight. What are you going to do to keep your guys hydrated and ready for this football game? It's going to be a physical football game, but you guys can't be physical if you're not healthy enough.
Exactly. We've been preparing. We've been practicing out in the heat all summer long. We have a great athletic training staff. They're going to help us keep track of water, rehydrated packets, and just overall just keep our players' safety, and that's kind of the main priority. I hope both teams stay safe, and we'll have a fun game.
Coach, thank you for your time. I know you got to get back to your guys. Armando Mosqueda, head coach for Yuma, thank you for your time. Get back over there, Coach. Appreciate you. Thank you. We're going to take a break here. We'll be right back here on Thursday Night Kickoff as we get you ready for Yuma and Tempe right here in Tempe High School. It's hot, but we're going to have a good football game tonight. Come on back with us.
Make the right choice for your home when it comes to windows and doors. For more than 20 years, the Window Depot has provided the best price and biggest inventory on in-stock windows and doors. The Window Depot is open to the public, so whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, you can shop the enormous warehouse. Browse the shelves with over 1,000 vinyl windows, interior and patio doors, and skylights in several varieties and sizes available to go home today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot, best price, biggest inventory.
Hospital bills and I don't know what to do.
Do you have a lawyer?
No, I can't afford one.
You need to call Rafi.
Girl, my neck hurts from my car accident.
Girl, you gotta call Rafi.
Really?
Yes, he helped me out with my auto accident right away.
I'm Brandon Rafi, and I promise you, we will fight for your case.
623-388-4333.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Bryan, the owner of Precision Air and Plumbing. Is the AC in your home broken and in need of repair? Our team is here to get you up and running fast. Precision is the #1 ranked AC company in the state for more than a decade because we live by our core values of integrity, quality, and trust. Our technicians are the highest certified techs in the Valley. So for AC service and repair, make the Precision decision. Call us today at 602-FIX-MY-AC.
Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote that created America's inflation.
The vice president votes in the affirmative, and the bill is passed.
Economists said Harris's vote led directly to the higher prices we pay. 22% more for groceries, 50% more for gas. Mortgage costs nearly double. Thanks a lot, Kamala. Trump had our economy humming. He'll do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
We welcome you back to the pregame show. As Hamilton faced Centennial in Week 1, there was a lot more than a win on the line. For the Brown family, it was all about brotherly bragging rights. Here's more from Sports 360 AZ's Eliav Gabay.
What were the conversations like, or lack of conversations, I guess I could ask too?
I can say it was a lot of trash talk going on throughout the week. You know, they was talking. You know, they were sure they were going to win this game. They played a great game, but at the end of the day, they didn't win this game. So, you know, when we get in the car, it's going to be a little bit of talk.
From our perspective, he was the one talking. We wasn't talking. Maybe him, maybe the other one, but I wasn't talking. That was those two.
Jaheim, is that true?
Yeah, I was talking the most because I know my team could back it up, but tonight we played hard, but we didn't come out with the win. We're going to come back next week. I just think we're very blessed to even be here together, be able to play on the same field together. Even if we're playing against each other, it's still love for one another.
I told my brother Jaheim that if I caught a swing route and he tried to tackle me, you know, I was going to run him over. You know, and I told my brother Hodge the same thing. Like, if he come down at safety and he tried to tackle me, I was going to run him over. So, you know, but the trash talk is always there. Tonight I told him, you know, we wasn't brothers. But off the field, I just try to be as best of a mentor as I can to them and try to keep them on the right path, you know. So they're doing a great job of that themselves. So I feel like I can back off a little bit. But, you know, it's great being a big brother because, you know, but they do a good job listening to them.
He's been playing varsity since last year. He's been telling us to get in our playbook and stuff. He's been helping us a lot.
Really, he learned from me. He learned from me. I taught him everything he know. But he been teaching me a lot, though. He been teaching me a lot.
I'll probably be talking stuff for a couple weeks, you know. I'm not going to let them lay this one down. Because they was talking a lot of stuff this morning when we woke up.
How do you try to lead by example in that way?
I just try to come out here and do the right things, keep my grades high, you know, keep positive talks with them, you know, just in case they had a down day or, you know, they didn't do well.
And I think the biggest thing, Jacob Brown's still a contagious leader. I think that's the biggest thing, and when he does touch the ball, man, he makes an impact. I think that's always Big Bro, though. He's always going to have the upper hand, so I'm glad that he was able to keep that upper hand as Big Bro, and hopefully, you know, we'll keep moving forward, and we all get better together.
I am a proud mother of a football player, absolutely. It was important to me that he become a well-rounded person, so we tried different sports, and when he did football, he just loved it. It is very mental and cerebral, the game of football. As a mom, any contact sport can be dangerous. You just keep your finger on the pulse of things to make sure that your child is getting a benefit and it doesn't become a detriment. I am Vanita Parker.
Serious injury cases are complex and require extensive experience to get maximum results. Our experience helped us just settle a catastrophic injury case for $15 million. That's Hastings & Hastings. It's about time.
So, what do we think about the new Tacoma? Lumberjack?
It's a keeper.
Interesting. Ranch hand?
I reckon I'd trade my horse for one.
Nice. Bigfoot? It's true. A lot of leg room. Great point. Thanks, you guys.
Pat?
Let's do it.
The all-new Tacoma. It passes the rugged test. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hi, I'm Mark Breyer.
And I'm Alexis Breyer. We're the husband and wife law team. Recently, after tragically losing their child in a car accident, a family reached out to us after being told they had no case.
But using our creativity and trial experience, we were able to find evidence that many others had missed, and we were able to help them win the largest car crash verdict in Arizona that year. Trusting the wrong lawyer can cost you everything, and you wouldn't even know it.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
The biggest chain of mattress stores is now bankrupt. Mattress makers go 84% off. The best heirloom ever. $18,000 for Hollywood and the White House, under $3. $3,500 Serta Arctic, $799. $2,500 Eye Comforts and Perfect Sleepers. Any size, $599. Molecule Sleep of Champions. Famous Beauty Rests, $399. Even every Tempur-Pedic and their highest tech body sensing smart beds. Free adjustables, free delivery. Big bankruptcy makes big mattress makers 84% off at the dump.
You know, in the time it took me to get this coffee, there was most likely a serious car accident here in the Valley. I'm attorney Fred Thomas. I grew up in the Valley. I've been helping injured people in the Valley for almost 20 years.
If you're injured, contact an attorney that, like you, calls the Valley home. And, like with so many others, will get you the compensation for your pain.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, call me, and I'll get you the compensation you deserve.
If you're injured, call Thomas Law.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for game night.
Got game brain? Scrabble and Trivial Pursuit.
Premieres October 7th on CW7.
Welcome you back to the Thursday night kickoff pregame show here live from Tempe High School as the Yuma Criminals prepare to face the Tempe Buffaloes. Both these teams 0-2. Somebody's going to walk out of here with a win tonight, and we're so glad you joined us here on Arizona CW7. James Poovey coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, this is going to be a fun one here tonight, and we're just about ready to kick this thing off in about 6 minutes or so.
Oh, yeah, 6 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and get to the keys to the game because we've got very limited time. So let's pull up these keys keys to the game, and then we'll get you your starting lineups on offense and defense, and we'll go ahead and get this game kicked off.
I'm excited. We got a chance to talk to both coaches on the field. Keys to the game tonight for the Tempe Buffaloes. First thing they want to do is be unpredictable, especially on offense. You want to try to trick that defense as much as you can, get them out of their game, maybe get them out of their game plan a little bit, and I think Saul Mendez is definitely the quarterback to do that.
I think the majority of the time, if you can run and throw the football, it really does throw the defense off, because they have no idea how to account for you. Do you account for the pass? Do you account for the run? If you start for the run, that sets up the play action for passing. So the more you can be unpredictable, as you mentioned, throwing so many different plays, and if they are successful, keep going with those plays.
Special teams has to be special tonight as well for the Tempe Buffaloes. It's an oftentimes forgotten third of a football game, but we talk about it all the time, Ed, because it pays dividends down the stretch when you have a good special teams unit that can get stops, put your team in good field position, and give them a little bit of an advantage to start a drive.
Exactly. When you score, hit the extra points. Get good field position with your kickoffs, hit your field goals, pin that offense back as far as special teams. But special teams do have to be special tonight. They have got to show and prove just as much as the offense and the defenses.
Absolutely right. Let's get you the keys to the game for the Yuma Criminals right quick, as you see the team, the Tempe Buffaloes, about to come out onto the field. They want to set the tempo, be confident in all they do, and Coach Mosqueda talked about it on the field, about handling adversity. They're going to have to do that when it comes, which it usually does in almost every football game.
Exactly. Every football game is not perfect. There are things that are going to go right. A lot of things will go right tonight, JP, and a lot of things will go wrong. So be able to correct the wrong and make sure the right is more right than the wrong. Did I get that right?
You did.
Yeah, okay.
You did. I know exactly what you meant right there. Team's about to take the field here at Tempe High School. Let's get you the starting lineup tonight for the visiting Yuma Criminals. They came, you mentioned, Ed, about a 3.5, 4-hour drive by the time you mix in a pit stop there, and that can wear on a team a little bit.
It does, but once you get off the bus and you get yourself acclimated, as we look at the starting offense, the quarterback number 13, Nicholas Amador, the running back number 2, Shamar Morales, the fullback, Jaquin Perez, number 8, hope I'm saying that young man's name right, left tackle, Cristobal Simon, number 52, the sophomore, the left guard, Adrian Vargas, number 69, number 77, David Argomanis, hope I'm saying your name right, David, number 77, number 74, the right guard, Izzy Sanchez, right tackle, Eric Torres, number 53, a senior, the wide receiver, Kane Huerta Arbalejo, number 20, he's a sophomore, number 4, Elijah Rattler, he's a junior, and number 3, Andrew Mosqueda, he's a senior.
The wide receiver, coach's son, Andrew Mosqueda, as he gets you a gorgeous look high overhead over Bruce Harper Memorial Stadium here in Tempe. We're excited for this ball game. Let's get you the starting lineup for the home Tempe Buffaloes as they look for their first win here in the 2024 campaign. The sun is set out to the west, and maybe it's dropped down to about 112 degrees so far right now. Quarterback Saul Mendez gets the start here tonight. We mentioned it, just a junior for Coach Sean Freeman in the offense. This young man is special. Antoine Poindexter from the running back position. The wide receivers tonight for Tempe, Alex Lara, Felipe Acosta, Lorenzo Maldonado as well. The tight end is Arthur Murray. Right tackle Trent Wallace. Right guard Manny Tellez. Chris Aceves is the center. Carlos Hernandez at left guard. And Hayden Anu at the left tackle position tonight. As you see the teams running onto the field, we're about ready to go here from Tempe High School. Stay with us. We'll be right back for the kickoff. Thursday night kickoff is on the air here on Arizona CW7. Come on back.
If this is your wreck, you need a check. If this is your wreck, you definitely need a check. Hurt in a wreck? Need a check? We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hello, everybody. Eric Bryan, owner of Precision Air and Plumbing. Other companies offer AC tune-ups for $60 to $80. Guys, these aren't real tune-ups at all. They're just inspections with a $300 to $500 price tag by the time they're all done. Our AC tune-up has all the things sold to you by the other guys for just $159.95. No gimmicks, no tricks. Make the precision decision today and call us at 602-FIX-MY-AC and get a real AC tune-up.
What could be better than selling your house for cash quickly and easily? Now, I'll also pay your moving costs. I'm Andrew the home buyer, and I'll buy your house for cash on the spot in any condition. And I pay more than anyone else. Now, I'll even pay 100% of your moving costs anywhere in the U.S. Let's get your home sold and get your moving costs paid. Call me, Andrew the Homebuyer.
In a wreck, need a check.
In a wreck?
Need a check?
In a wreck? Need a check? Hurt in a wreck and need a check? We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tempe High cheerleaders. It is time for Thursday night kickoff on GW7 Arizona. Let's go,
Magnificent rendition of our Star Spangled Banner here tonight at Tempe High School. What an outstanding job, Ed. If that doesn't give you goosebumps and get you ready for some high school football, nothing will.
Well, I'll tell you, this young man is about 5 feet away from us, and as he was singing, the goosebumps just took all over my arms. It was an outstanding rendition of the national anthem. Great job, young man.
We are about ready to roll here from Tempe High School, a 3A matchup between the Yuma Criminals and the Tempe Buffaloes. Ed, final thoughts here as we get ready for kickoff.
So whoever gets the kickoff, you get on offense, you get a quick, fast start, drive down the field, get a score, or if you're on defense, you get a stop here on defense, get your offense on the field, and let your offense do what it does.
Be proud and respect all.
Yuma Criminals have won the toss. But they deferred to second half, so the Tempe Buffaloes are going to go on offense first, and we are ready to go here from Bruce Harper Stadium. Ball fielded at the 12-yard line. Through the defense, a nice head of steam, pushing his way near the 40-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 35. And that was a great return there for the Yuma Criminals. They're going to have the ball first down and 10 right hash from their own 35-yard line. Yuma comes out tonight in their all-white look with blue numbers and blue helmets. And it's the opposite for the Tempe Buffaloes, the all-blue look with white numbers and white hats for Tempe.
Dave Hernandez, Ike Reeves, Frank Peake,
Nick Amador, the senior quarterback, split backs now for Yuma on first down and 10 from their own 35. Shotgun snap, a low snap. He'll hand it off. Plunging through the defense across the 35. He might have a yard. They're going to give him 2 yards on the play.
Goes for 2 yards.
Number 8, Joaquin Perez on the carry for Yuma. And Tempe with a nice stop there on defense, rallying to the football, only giving up 2 yards. Second down and 8 upcoming here. 2-by-1 on the outside now. Swing pass, it falls incomplete. The intended target was Joaquin Perez.
Falls incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 now for the Yuma Criminals from their own 37-yard line. Just inside our first quarter from Bruce Harper Stadium here in Tempe. So glad to join us on Arizona's CW7. This should be a fun 3A battle, Ed.
It should, and Captain Obvious is making his first appearance tonight.
Oh, here he is. He's made it.
A key 3rd down for Yuma and a key 3rd down also for Tempe. They've got to get a stop on defense and get their offense on the field, get Yuma and Nick Amador off the field.
3rd down and 8 upcoming here for the Criminals. Our officiating crew getting things set. And we're going to get the play clock or the game clock reset here momentarily. So they'll fix that down on the field and we'll resume play. It'll be 3rd down and 8 when we do resume play. And you mentioned it, Ed, right away a critical 3rd down here for Yuma.
It is. Yuma's got to be able to convert on this 3rd and long and keep the drive going. Otherwise, they've got to punt it away and give the ball back to Tempe. Get Tempe's offense on the field for the first time tonight.
11 minutes and 5 seconds officially remaining here in our first quarter.
Third down, Buffaloes. 3rd down, lockdown.
3rd down here for the Yuma Criminals. Shotgun snap, he drops back to throw, swings it out, it's caught at the 40-yard line. Jamar Morales on the reception, and he is driven to the turf after a minimal gain there. So that's going to bring up a 4th down here for Yuma, and I would imagine they're going to bring the punting unit on here, Ed.
I would think so. Great gang tackling by the Buffaloes defense, getting to Shamar Morales. Nick Amador hits him out in the flat on the left side. Morales tries to get some yards, but Tempe's defense, just too many guys swarming to one guy. It's hard for one guy to get away from one guy, but when you've got 4 or 5 different guys coming at you, it's hard to avoid all those guys and get a 1st down. So it forces a 4th down in a punting situation.
Back deep to receive for the Tempe Buffaloes. That'll be number 7.
Unsportsmanlike.
Felipe Dominguez. Or Felipe Acosta. We talked about him on the Desert Gridiron game plan just a few short days ago, Ed. And this is a special young man here for the Buffaloes. High end over end kick, takes a Yuma bounce. It's fielded just outside the 20-yard line, and then the Yuma special teams unit rallying to the football. And that right there was Marquise Dixon.
Number 7 on the punt return, Felipe Acosta Dominguez.
So the ball rests at the 21-yard line now for the Tempe Buffaloes, and we're going to see what they've got going on offense.
That offense will trot out by Saul Mendez, as you mentioned, having a good season so far. A little bit of a struggles with the turnovers. He's lost 3 fumbles so far, but last week against Santan Foothills, he was really good other than the 1 interception, and he lost the 3 fumbles. He was 15 of 22, almost 400 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. So we'll see if this young man can replicate that kind of production tonight.
3-by-1 on the outside now for Saul Mendez.
Number 17, Saul Mendez.
Number 4, Antoine Poindexter, the lone setback. Poindexter gets the call, spins through the defense, burrows his way out to the 25-yard line. Stopped right there by Yuma's number 9, Jaden Anderson, the senior 5'5" cornerback coming up there in run support.
Nice run there by Poindexter, keeping his legs moving. As you mentioned, the spin move, once he got the handoff from QB1 Saul Mendez, he ran, kept his legs moving, spun, tried to get a few more extra yards, and he's got his offense set up at the 25-yard line.
2-by-1 on the outside now for Mendez after the 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7. Stacked twins to the left now for Mendez. He looks that way. Goes downfield. Got a man at the 35-yard line. Hauled in right there by Alex Lara. A great reception, a nice pitch and catch, and more importantly, a Tempe Buffalo's first down.
And did you see Mendez put some speed on that football to get the ball to Alex Laura back there in the pocket? Looked and saw number 18 was open, and he fired that football with authority and speed and accuracy to get the ball to Laura.
First down, Tempe now from their own 36. 3-by-1 on the outside here for Saul Mendez. Poindexter flanked to his left. Shotgun snap. Mendez looks downfield. Pressure comes. He rolls out to his right. Eyes still down the field. Caught at the 40-yard line. On the run, out near the 45-yard line, was number 18, Alex Lara. Stopped on the play that time by Jose Cardenas, the cornerback for the Yuma Criminals.
Great pressure by number 53, Eric Torres, coming off at Saul Mendez. Mendez saw that pressure, rolled out to his right, and as you mentioned, made that completion to Laura. Great job by Mendez seeing that pressure. He's got to scoot out. He's got to go to his right. Otherwise, he's going to take a sack. So Mendez rolled out, made the completion, and he's got the drive alive again.
Second down and a yard here for the Buffaloes. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Saul Mendez. Shotgun snap. Poindexter across the 45, breaks it outside, 50, into plus territory, and finally ridden down at the 45-yard line. Antoine Poindexter stopped by Marquise Dixon, but a fantastic run there for number 4.
Poindexter picking up where he's left off all season, 17 rushes, now probably close to 80 yards rushing and a touchdown. Poindexter, great run off left guard and left tackle. Those guys block, allowing Poindexter to pop out to the left and get those yards and keep the drive moving. Now they're at the 45-yard line of Yuma.
Buffalo's on the march right here. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Saul Mendez in the offense. Darion Richardson in the backfield. Mendez pressured, goes downfield. The ball falls incomplete near the 40-yard line. The intended target was Alex Lara and Shamar Morales in coverage that time for the Criminals.
I wonder if they're going to get the defenders on a roughing the passer call right there. Number 53 and number 77 were both after Saul Mendez and knocked him to the ground after he got rid of the football.
Exactly the call right there. You saw it, roughing the passer, so that'll give some more yards there to the Tempe Buffaloes, and they continue the drive now down to the Yuma 30.
And we speak this every week. You'll take free yards every single time. Of course, you don't want your quarterback to take that kind of a pounding, but you'll take 15 yards.
As long as he's able to get up after that shot, that's the main thing right there.
Yep.
First down and 10 Buffaloes now. 2-by-2 on the outside here for Saul Mendez. Darion Richardson in the backfield. He motions one over. Mendez gets the snap, hands it off. Richardson on the carry across the 30-yard line. Down near the 27. Stopped on the play there by Nehemiah Sanders, the junior free safety for Yuma.
Nice job with Saul Mendez and Coach Sean Freeman, the offensive coordinators, mixing up the run and the pass so far in this drive for the Tempe Buffaloes. We talked about being unpredictable for Yuma as well as Tempe, mixing the run as well as the pass.
A gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8 now. We got tight twins to each side here for Saul Mendez. Richardson in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Mendez surveys the field. Goes across the middle. High point the football and bringing it in there for the Tempe Buffaloes was number 3, Arthur Murphy. And this young man, the senior, stands at 6'2", and he is special.
Murphy, through 3 games, he's been special, as you mentioned. 12 catches now for him, going on 4 touchdowns. He's got over 250 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. Arthur Murphy is the bell cow when it comes to the wide receiver core for this Tempe Buffalo offense. Saul Mendez loves number 3, and number 3 loves Saul Mendez.
He does indeed. Arthur Murphy, 6'1", 228, Ed. You talk about better get that guy low. You better not try to wrap him up around the shoulder pads.
And you know, you shorted him, and she's 6'2", 228. You said 6'1".
Oh, I did.
Give him that extra inch.
My mistake. That's on my roster right here, 6'1".
Oh, okay.
A little bit of confusion there here in the broadcast booth. Third down and 4 now upcoming here for Saul Mendez in the offense. We'll see if Tempe can keep this drive going as we're under 7 minutes remaining here in our first quarter.
Really good drive so far for the Buffaloes. And you know what? It's taking time. It's putting pressure on that defense because they're not going like 1 or 2 plays for a score. They're going play after play after play, putting more pressure on that Yuma defense.
Darion Richardson remains in the backfield. And we have a stoppage of play for a moment there. Coach Freeman wanted a little bit of clarification there on the sideline. And this gives us a chance to shout out our Arizona CW7 crew here on hand with us today, making this thing happen. We couldn't do it without them, and we got a big crew on hand here tonight, Ed.
Oh, yeah. All hands on deck for this game out here in Tempe. We love having our young folks out here, making sure we look and sound good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Mendez. We got it straightened out on the sideline, I believe. Coach Freeman looks like he's still wanting a little bit of clarification down there on something.
Well, you know, Coach Freeman, he wants as many yards as he can, if he can get.
Tonight's coverage is being brought to you by Thomas Law. Thomas Law is making law personal, and we certainly appreciate their support. Also sponsors of our Student Athlete of the Week, which we'll get to that here sometime throughout tonight's ball game. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Mendez. I think we're almost ready to resume play here. Timeout on the field. As we get you that high above shot here from Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe. 6 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. We'll step aside, take a brief commercial timeout, and return for more Thursday night kickoff here right after the break. Stay with us.
Thursday Night Kickoff is sponsored in part by Next Care Urgent Care.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style, and top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Abortion, this is an act of killing.
I believe that abortion is the ultimate sin.
It is not health care. It is the killing, it is the sacrifice, it is the execution of a baby in the mother's womb.
It is demonic and incredibly sad.
I don't think abortion pills should be legal.
Arizona will not be a state where abortions are happening. I am just unwilling to bend on that.
Wind Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Thursday night kickoff here on CW7 Arizona. We are resetting our scoreboard currently, but we can't tell you we're scoreless with 6 minutes and some change remaining here. And Ed, let's give them some updates on what's coming up throughout the week here on CW7 Arizona.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and talk some Pac-12 football. CW7 Arizona brings you even more exciting football action every Saturday. Check out ACC and Pac-12 football. This Saturday, starting at 1:30 our time, it's a cross-border battle out there in Blacksburg between Marshall and Virginia Tech, the battle of West Virginia and Virginia. I've been to Virginia Tech so many times, to Blackbird, to Lane Stadium. That is a fantastic venue for some Hokies football.
That is on the bucket list. I've heard it is a great time out there, and Marshall, probably most famous for wide receiver you might have heard of, Mr. Randy Moss.
Yeah, I've heard of one of the greats, yes.
We're ready to resume play here now. 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 4, actually, here for the Buffaloes. Stacked twins to each side now for Saul Mendez. Claps the hands. Penalty flag and whistles.
Flag on the play.
So we're having a couple of difficulties here getting the scoreboard reset, but we'll get that taken care of momentarily. And that also gives us a chance to tell you a little bit about what's coming up after the game tonight. And it's Penn and Teller Fool Us. Following the game tonight, be sure to stick around for CW7 Prime, featuring a magical evening filled with laughs on Penn and Teller Fool Us. And as we like to say here on CW7 Arizona, Ed, it's all good. That's exactly right. It is all good here in Tempe. 1st down and 10 for the Buffaloes from the Yuma 19. Mendez flushed out of the pocket. Tries to set the feet. He's under pressure. He'll escape. Mendez on the run still. 15 inside the 10. and he's forced out of bounds just shy of the 5-yard line. A great recovery there, and talk about making something out of nothing for Saul Mendez.
Yeah, Saul Mendez saw that pressure coming from number 20, Kane Huerta Orbalejo, the defensive end coming off that side, and Mendez scooted away from that pressure. It danced around in the pocket until he was able to get free, cut back to the left, and get a really nice run, putting his guys in outstanding field position as they continue to drive the football. 6:27 to go here in the first quarter.
First down and goal here now for the Tempe Buffaloes from the Yuma 7-yard line. 6 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. Buffalo's knocking on the door right here. One receiver to each side. Now they hand it off to Antoine Poindexter. He runs off right tackle down to the 1-yard line, and he is bottled up there by the Yuma defense. What a goal line stand, if you will, there by outside linebacker Andrew Mosqueda.
That is great job by Mosqueda. Antoine Poindexter dancing, popping out to the right, thinking for a second he had a chance to get into the end zone, but no, Mosqueda and others, the crew just came in, converged on Poindexter, and made that smack right there, that tackle right there. Great job by gang tackling by Yuma.
They absolutely closed that hole up immediately there as Poindexter was heading toward the pylon. So we'll see what the Buffaloes have on offense here. Now second down and goal from the 1-yard line. Will they bring in the big fellas here and try to run that thing between the tackles, Ed?
Let's see what the offensive line is made of. Can they force the issue, force the defensive line back, maybe get their running back into the end zone? Let's see what happens. You got Poindexter back there right behind Saul Mendez. Let's see if Mendez hands the ball off to his bell cow, and can they punch it in the end zone?
Mendez under center. He's going to get it in there himself, and Saul Mendez into the end zone for the touchdown. Nice job there by the quarterback, just calling his own number right there, using that big offensive line to open those holes, and he just plunges ahead for the first 6 points of the night.
Yeah, look at that offensive line for the Buffaloes, just pushing that defensive line back, allowing Saul Mendez to force his way into the end zone. Great job, great culmination of a long drive for Tempe, getting down to the end zone for 6.
That was indeed a long drive. I believe it started right about the 21-yard line, I want to say, Ed. So a 79-yard drive there for the Buffaloes ends with a 6-point Saul Mendez quarterback sneak. On for the PAT is Edgar Escobar. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good. The Tempe Buffaloes, with 5 minutes and 24 seconds remaining here on the first quarter clock, lead it 7-0 after the 1-yard touchdown run from Saul Mendez. But there was a lot of contributors for the Tempe Buffaloes on that drive, including running backs Poindexter and Darion Richardson.
Yeah, you mentioned it takes a village to get a drive going. Offensive line has to block, do their job. Saul Mendez has to see his wide receivers. He's got to hand the ball off to Antoine Poindexter and others. They ran the ball really well. Of course, Mendez culminates the drive. He finished his drive off with a touchdown run, but it takes an entire football team on offense to drive the football down the field. Saul Mendez can't do it by himself.
He cannot. The Buffaloes are going to kick it away now to Yuma. Back deep to receive. This one bounces at the 35-yard line. In the general vicinity there for the Criminals was Jose Cardenas. And so they'll mark that out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 Yuma from their own 33, looking for their first points of the night. So we'll look for the quarterback to get things going here on this drive. Nick Amador, I feel like he's going to get some passes completed to these standard stud wide receivers.
Yuma starting off with really good field position. Their first drive, they started at the 35. They start the ball at the 33 right here. Can they take advantage of this really good field position? Can Nick Amador take his guys down the field, bust through that Buffalo's defense, just make things happen offensively, get into the end zone because they're down 7. They've got to find a way to respond offensively.
Yuma breaks the huddle. They'll go out of the offset eye here on first down and 10. Low snap. They hand it off. Ball's on the carpet. And we will see who recovered. It is actually Tempe Buffaloes football. How about that right there? The ball got loose in the middle, and then a whole bunch of blue jerseys converged on top of it. And now the Buffaloes are going to have great field position here from the Yuma 34-yard line. Actually, it looks like they're spotted at the 35. And a turnover, the first turnover of the night here between these two 3A squads.
Definitely not the thing you want to do if you're Yuma. You're down 7-0, great field position again, and you turn the football over. Nick Amador hands the ball off to Kane Horta. Herbalejo, he fumbles the football, gives it right back to Tempe. They've got outstanding field position, as you mentioned, at the 35-yard line already in Yuma territory.
Stacked twins to each side now for Saul Mendez on 1st down and 10. Play fake. Pump fake, he goes to the air. He's got a man. Oh, my gosh, what a catch there at the 5-yard line. And he hauls it in for the Buffaloes touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Number 3, Arthur Murphy with a one-handed grab behind the back. That was truly epic.
Are you kidding me? That should make SportsCenter tonight. Arthur Murphy with a fantastic catch by Saul Mendez. With the play fake, and that fakes out the defense. And number 3, Arthur Murphy, just moves down the sideline. He's wide open. He makes an outstanding one-handed catch, and he gets into the end zone for 6, up 13-0, based off of Yuma's turnover.
Edgar Escobar now on for another PAT. Yeah, I don't even think he had a chance to get back to the bench over there, Ed, after that last one. Escobar awaits the hold. The kick is up, and right down Mill Avenue it goes. 5 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. And the Tempe Buffaloes lead the Yuma Criminals 14-0. And Ed, we talked about it in the pregame. Turnovers can be a big factor, especially in high school football.
They can, especially when you turn the football over and now you're back in your own territory trying to defend it against an offense. And you've got Arthur Murphy back there making one-handed catches, making SportsCenter-like catches.
Yes.
You know, you're down 14-0 already, but yeah, turnovers can be a killer. Doesn't matter if it's in the first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter. Turnovers are never a good thing for an offense, because what it does is it takes you away. It gives the opposition extra chances because you turn the football over and your offense can't get another shot because you turned it over. And now Tempe takes full advantage of Yuma's miscue with Saul Mendez throwing the touchdown to Arthur Murphy as Tempe kicks the ball off to Yuma. Oh my gosh, here we go, JP.
Through the traffic he goes, still on his feet across the 40. My goodness, Andrew Mosqueda on the kickoff return for the Yuma Criminals. All the way down he goes to the Tempe 33-yard line. And how about Mosqueda? A great shot there for you. Running right into your living room, and Mosqueda showing out here for Yuma. Correction, Marquise Dixon on the return for the Yuma Criminals. I thought that looked like that 3 down there, Ed. I sorely mistaken.
It looked like it was a 7 to me. Sometimes 3s looks like 7s.
They
7s
do.
look like 3s.
3 by 1 on the outside now for Yuma. Nick Amador, low snap. He climbs the pocket. He'll run it himself across the 30. 25 inside Tempe territory at the 25-yard line, and a nice scramble there for quarterback Nick Amador. Not afraid to hurt him with the legs right there.
Nice response by Yuma with the kickoff return, and Nick Amador, as you mentioned, using his legs, getting out to the right side, watching his blockers, right guard, right tackle, blocking properly, allowing Amador to get out there and get some really good yards. With 5:24 left to go, Yuma down 14-0, but they're driving, they're threatening at the 25-yard line of Tempe.
Second down and short here. Second down and a yard to be exact.
Nick Amador, he's got his offense ready to go. Tempe, looks like there's a timeout on Tempe's side. Tempe, the Buffaloes are going to take a timeout right here and discuss things.
Timeout on the field. Don't forget, folks, make sure you stay with us at halftime. We're going to have the one and only Just Chili joining us here on in the broadcast booth. We're going to get a headset set up and everything for him if we have one available, and always looking forward to talking with him. He is one of the Arizona high school football gurus, and you can find him all throughout the Grand Canyon State during football season.
Exactly. If there's anything you want to know high school football, Just Chili is the man to know, because he knows everybody, and everybody knows Just Chili.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right.
Also, JP, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
While we got time, let's get one of our fantastic sponsor mentions in here. Tonight's coverage is being brought to you in part by the Spirit Consultants, Arizona's official cheer and dance instructional company. The Spirit Consultants, go ahead and check those guys out. They've got fantastic work there they do for cheer and dance. So if you want to learn about cheering and dancing, go to the Spirit Consultants.
Spirit Consultants. That's fantastic because we talk about it every weekend. The cheerleaders out here working really hard. This is their time to shine as well on game nights, and they do a magnificent job keeping the crowd engaged throughout the game.
They do. Who knows? Maybe the Spirit Consultants came out there and consulted for them.
You never know, right? 2-by-1 on the outside now for Nick Amador and the Yuma offense. Out of a 2-back set, they'll hand it off. Running right side. And a nice, powerful run there by Shamar Morales. And a great carry there for Morales, as you see a great look from our field level camera there tonight. And special shout out to our crew down there, Daniel Guevara and Lupe Ramirez, bringing you that field level look here tonight on CW7 Arizona.
Absolutely. Shamar Morales, tight end, defensive end, outside linebacker, running back. This young man does it all. A senior, 6'2", 190. Really good, solid run there for the Yuma running back.
2-by-1 on the outside now here on 3rd down. Actually, correction, that's 1st down now. 1st and 10 here. Pressure comes. Amador looks to throw. He's got receivers in the area, and the ball nearly picked off. A couple receivers in the area there. And number 20, Kane Huerta Urbalejo, almost had himself an INT there for the Yuma Criminals. Or correction, number 20 for Tempe. My mistake. He was the one in the area there, and unfortunately he is not on our roster. 2nd down and 10 now upcoming here. 4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in our first quarter. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Nick Amador. Amador gives it off quickly to Shamar Morales. And defensive line playing really stout right there for the Tempe Buffaloes.
Yes, they are. Trying to run off that left guard, left tackle. Shamar Morales wasn't able to get much yards because, as you mentioned, the defensive ends, they knew where the running back was going, so they just got to the point of attack, got to where Morales was going. It's just simple. You throw multiple bodies at a running back, he's eventually going to go down if he can't get around those guys.
We're also pleased to welcome Mr. Stephen Moore to our crew here on Arizona CW7's Thursday night kickoff. A young man who is with us all season long for the past couple of years now, up with the Northern Arizona Wranglers in Prescott Valley. So great to have Stephen on the broadcast crew here with us tonight. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Amador. Low snap. He rolls out to his right. He'll climb the pocket. On the run. Slides inside the 20. And it'll be short of the line to gain, but they'll pick up a couple more yards if they want to try to trot that kicker out there and see if they can put it through the uprights.
Pressure came from Tempe. Amador sensed it, and he scooted out, got some yards. As you mentioned, he scoots down and gets those extra yards, gets to about the 15-yard line. Nice run there by Amador.
4th down and 6 right here. We're under 3.5 minutes to play here in our first quarter.
Looks like Yuma's going to go for it. They're going to go for it on 4th and 6 at the 18-yard line.
4th down and 6. They will keep the offense on the field right here.
Rolling the dice right here, Coach Mosqueda.
2-by-2 on the outside now for Yuma. Kane Huerta Urbalejo in the backfield, and we have a timeout now called by Yuma High School. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. And that gives us a chance to remind you about
the QR code.
The QR code.
That's exactly the QR right. Code. Yeah. Yeah, we talk about high school coverage. Of course, that's why we're here tonight. So, folks, go on over to CW7AZ.com or scan that QR code, that big QR code right there on the right side of your screen. Get your phone, get your laptop, get your iPad out, and scan that QR code, and you'll find links for our Friday Night Red Zone, our exclusive coaches show, the pep rally they held here at Tempe High School this morning, the upcoming schedules for Thursday Night Football, and more. It's all there on that big QR code with the football right in the middle. Please go ahead and scan that. There's a lot of great information on there.
And we got some great games coming up on the schedule, and we're really just getting started this season. Next week, we're going to be out for our first time at Deer Valley High School, home of the Skyhawks, as they host the Greenway Demons and Coach Ed Cook.
Wow, another first-timer for us?
Another first-timer.
I love
it. All about first-timers here this season.
There's so much talent, so many talented football teams, so much talent here in Arizona. We got to spread the wealth to everybody.
That's why we like to go to all these different places and soak in all that talent, right? Nick Amador now from the shotgun on 4th down. He drops back, goes over the middle, He's got a man, and it falls incomplete. Shamar Morales was the intended target. And wow, what a near miraculous touchdown there from Amador, as we almost had ourselves another turnaround one-handed catch here in this first quarter.
I was about to say Morales is like Arthur Murphy. You did that one. I can one-up you with a touchdown catch, but great extension and great try by Morales. He just was not able to bring it in like Murphy was for his touchdown.
So they wave off the penalty flag. We've got an even 3 minutes remaining here in our first quarter. And so it's going to be a turnover on downs now. And the Tempe Buffaloes are going to go back on offense here, now leading 14-0.
The Buffaloes with that bend but don't break defense.
Yes.
Yuma started off with that fantastic kickoff return. They got really good field position. They drove down inside the red zone. But Tempe, when they had to shut it down, when the defense had to make a stand,
yes,
they made a stand, and they got their offense back on the field. Great job by the Buffaloes defense.
Stacked twins to each side now for Saul Mendez as the offense goes back to work here. 3 minutes remaining in our first quarter. 14-0 Buffs. Mendez from the shotgun. He hands it off. Through the defense, Darion Richardson out near the 30-yard line. Stopped on the play there by Marquise Dixon. And another nice run there for number 6. He runs with power.
Yes, sir. He runs with power. Holes opening from the offensive line, allowing Darion Richardson to make a really good run like that. He sees holes. He senses where he's got a bump. He gets through the line, cuts it to the right, cuts it to the left, and just continues to churn his legs and move the football down the field. 5'8", 154. He's a senior. Great job, Darion.
But he plays behind those pads, Ed. He plays so much bigger than 5'8", 154.
Don't let those numbers deceive you.
You cannot measure the size of a young man's heart. 2-by-2 on the outside here for Saul Mendez. First down and 10 for the Buffaloes. They hand it off. Once again, that is Darion Richardson on the carry. On the stop that time for Yuma, number 8, Joaquin Perez. And just once again, power football there for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Perez for Yuma, the outside linebacker. He's 6', 200, a senior. He's got to ride that running back. As soon as he gets the ball, as soon as he gets an opportunity to get to that running back, he feeds it right to him, and he swarms over him and makes that tackle.
A gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 right here, as we are under 2 minutes remaining here in our first quarter. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Saul Mendez. They'll motion one over. They empty it out. Swing pass caught by Darion Richardson, and a nice rally for a tackle in the backfield there by the Yuma Criminals. And once again, I believe that was none other than Marquise Dixon coming up there and making a play in the open field.
Defense really stepping up for Yuma, making those plays, those one-on-one tackles out there in space. They're doing a really good job of staying disciplined. They're not over-pursuing the running back or the wide receiver. Whoever's got the football, they go right to where the football is, whoever's got the football, and they just make the tackle. They don't try to do Superman-esque plays. They just do what's necessary, do the dirty work to get the tackles.
Yes, they do. 3rd down and 8 here now. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Saul Mendez. 11 personnel here for the Buffaloes. Mendez back to pass. Looks over the middle. Fires a rocket. It falls nearly incomplete, and then it's intercepted by the Yuma Criminals. Number 3, Andrew Mosqueda, making a play right there in the middle. And you know the old adage, Ed, you sometimes don't want to throw late over the middle. And the ball was tipped. Mosqueda, right place, right time with the INT.
The pass from Mendez to Murphy was a little bit too high, even for Murphy to pull in at 6'2", 228. Just too high for Murphy to pull in. And as you mentioned, Andrew Mosqueda was right there, right in the backfield of the secondary to make that interception. Great job by Mosqueda, sensing where the football was, being in the general vicinity of where the football might go, because it did go too far over Arthur Murphy's head, and he made the interception. Yuma's got outstanding field position at the 45-yard line of Tempe. Turnover for turnover.
That's right. 43 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. Yuma trying to get back in this football game. They hand it off. Off left guard. A nice carry there for the Yuma Criminals. That was number 2, Shamar Morales on the carry. And Morales, 6'2", 190 pounds. Another one of those guys that takes a great running angle when he hits that line of scrimmage and hits the hole hard, Ed.
Yep, they've got to be able to be physical when they get that football, because they know they're going to take some shots. As we get a good luck of the band, the Tempe marching band, Those guys out there. Do they call them marching bands anymore? It was a marching band when I played back in the 80s.
I think they still call it marching band. I don't know how much marching they're going to be doing in this 115 heat here today.
Yeah.
Hopefully not much for their sake, but yes, I believe it's still proper to call them the marching band.
Yeah, keep those kids safe and cool.
Absolutely right. We've reached the end of our first quarter here in Tempe. The Tempe Buffaloes leading the Yuma Criminals by the score of 14-0. We will be right back to Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe for our second quarter of action right here on Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
The ESA program really helped my children because it actually gave us a choice with transportation, with uniform. It also helps with their one-on-one experience with their teachers.
There's not as many kids, so like you can go up to a teacher and ask questions and not have to wait that long.
My job is to further improve Arizona's already excellent public schools. But if your school is not meeting your child's needs, you have choices.
I feel ESA has really helped us out tremendously.
You know, in the time it took me to get this coffee, there was most likely a serious car accident here in the Valley. I'm attorney Fred Thomas. I grew up in the Valley. I've been helping injured people in the Valley for almost 20 years.
If you're injured, contact an attorney that, like you, calls the Valley home. And, like with so many others, will get you the compensation for your pain.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, call me, and I'll get you the compensation you deserve.
If you're injured, call Thomas Law.
Here in Tempe, 14-0. The Buffaloes leading the Yuma Criminals. Second quarter action underway. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Ed Cole. Don't forget, we got Just Chili coming up here with us at halftime, but a great second quarter this should be here, Ed, as Yuma trying to get back in this football game after that turnover.
Yeah, they've got to take advantage of Tempe's turnover with the interception that was got by Andrew Mosqueda, so they've got good field position again. So now they've got field position really good on their first three drives, so they've got to be able to take advantage of it and get into the end zone finally and get some points, go from 0 to 6.
Third down and 5 here. Handoff. Room to run, still on his feet, spinning out of a tackle is Shamar Morales, and right there, Ethan Thomas you saw come up and lay the lick.
8 yards. Brings up a Criminals first down at the Buffalo's 32-yard line.
11:40 and counting. Yuma's got the football, 1st and 10. Right there on the 32-yard line. Nick Amador and his offense back on the field. Again, looking to take advantage of a Tempe turnover as the clock continues to run, about 11:20 to go. Amador's got one running back right behind him in the pistol formation.
Handoff, up the gut. Joaquin Perez that time, number 8 on the scamper for the Yuma Criminals. He picks up a couple yards there. You're going to give him a gain of 3 on the play. Second down and 7 upcoming now, as we approach 11 minutes remaining here in our first half.
And we're seeing both teams establishing a running game so far. Both of these teams are really dedicated to running the football. And again, what does a running game do? It sets up that RPO, sets up the play action, sets up a lot of different things if you can run the football, because the defense has to play you honest if you're running the football really well. And then that really opens up your passing game if you can run the ball with efficiency.
Second down and 7 here for Yuma. Amador hands it off. On the carry, number 2, Shamar Morales, and we got a penalty flag from the backside as Morales is still on his feet right there. You see him break to the outside there. Shake and tackle somehow. As you see, I see the effort right there from your number 71.
Yeah, Trent Wallace.
Yes. Yeah, way to go, young man. Hang on and wait for help. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in this defensive game of football.
Yeah, but give Shamar Morales that kind of pressure. You know, give him his props. He was able to go up against number 71 and just ride him as much as he could, get as many yards as he could possible. But there's a penalty against Yuma. That's going to back him up.
We're going to send it down in a little bit here to the third member of our broadcast crew here tonight, Mr. Parker Garash, coming up here when we have the opportunity very shortly. A big loss on the play right there for Yuma. It'll be a loss of 6 officially. 2nd down and 16 now upcoming. 2-by-1 on the outside now for quarterback Nick Amador. Shotgun snap. Amador looks to throw. Shuffles the feet. The pressure comes from the Tempe defense. He throws across his body. It's caught. He might have a yard on the play. And you see Amador right there trying to escape the pocket and the relentless pursuit of that Tempe defense. He was trying to find Elijah Rattlar, the junior. And if he got a yard, Ed, that was a hard yard. I don't think he got any gain on the play there, actually. It's going to be 3rd down and 16 now from the Tempe 38-yard line.
Yeah, that was tough because number 55, the defensive lineman for Yuma, was barreling down after the quarterback. He was like, I'm going after Saul Mendez. I'm going to get you, or I'm going to make you run until you can't run anymore. And great job by 55 with the pressure and just going after the quarterback and forcing the issue, forcing him out of the pocket.
3rd down and 15 here now. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Amador. Claps the hands, drops back, swings it out. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find Elijah Rattler, and the ball falls to the turf. It'll bring up a 4th down and long here, and this would be a very lengthy field goal that I would imagine they might bring the punting unit on.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to bring that punting unit out as well, but that's a drive that just died, just a wasted drive. They could have capitalized off of it, possibly gotten a score that we talked about that they most desperately needed, being down 14-0 early in this game, but looks like they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it on 4th and 16. Looks like
they are keeping the offense on the field here.
Okay.
Too long. 4th down and 16. They're going to roll the dice right here.
Too long for a field goal. Not enough field position for a punt. So you might as well go for it.
Amador drops back, goes over the middle. He's got a man. It's caught. Shamar Morales on the reception, and they rolled the dice, and they rolled successfully, Ed. You see the pass over the middle right there, a wide open target there at the 15-yard line, and a heck of a pitch and catch there. My goodness, what a play.
Yeah, Coach Mosqueda, he actually did, as you mentioned, roll the dice. Quarterback Nick Amador had a clean pocket back there. His running back blocked for him up the middle, making sure nobody came up the middle, and he was able to find Shamar Morales wide open over the middle, number 2. Great job. They did roll the dice on 4th and 16. What a great decision.
Sometimes you got to go for it, especially when you're down 14-0.
Sometimes.
And that's exactly what Yuma did right there. Amador gets the snap, goes over the middle once more. The ball's tipped and falls incomplete. Nice job on defense right there, getting that big paw up. And that was number 33, Jaden Chavez, the linebacker, skying up there and just getting enough of his fingertips on that one to deflect the ball and fall incomplete.
Yeah, great job by Chavez, the LB. 5'11", 185. He's a junior. He saw, just stay back in his area, watch the quarterback, watch where he was going to go through the football. Chavez was right there, knocked the football away. Great job of him being, again, in the vicinity, in the general area of where he thought the quarterback was going to go, and he picked right.
2nd down now for Yuma. Amador hands it off. Shamar Morales plunges ahead. Bounces it outside. Somehow gets out of that pile in the middle. And what a magnificent run there for number 2. Ed, I thought he was down in the middle. And then all of a sudden he squirts out like Barry Sanders.
Yeah, for me, he did look like number 20. He looked like Barry Sanders. Got up in the middle. Found nothing right there. Nothing but a steel wall. So he pops out to the left and gets some unplanned yards.
Yeah, unplanned yard. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, talk about being unpredictable on offense. That's unpredictable, all right.
3rd down and 2 now. 9:19 remaining here in our first half. So glad you joined us here from Bruce Harper Stadium on Arizona's CW7 Thursday night kickoff. And the Yuma Criminals right now, Ed, knocking on that door.
They've got to bust that door down. They're knocking on it is fine. They've got to knock that door over and get across the plane.
11 personnel in the ball game now here for Yuma. 1 receiver to each side. Amador gets a snap. Up ahead, they plunge and into the end zone for the touchdown. Joaquin Perez, nice job right up the gut. And that offensive line did a magnificent job opening up that big gap. And all number 8 up the middle there with reckless abandon.
Outstanding blocking by that offensive line. Man on man, they push that defensive line and those linebackers around, allowing that running back to get open, free, straight up the middle for 6.
I am very excited, Steven. Let me tell you what. This is going fantastic here tonight. I'm so pleased. Special shout out to all the crew on hand and everybody back at the mothership over there at 44th and Camelback, keeping us on the air here tonight. And just like that, the Yuma Criminals back in the football game. Number 8 on for the kick. It's up and right down the middle. Our score, the Tempe Buffaloes 14 and the Yuma Criminals 7. We want to check in here in just a moment with our sideline reporter, Mr. Parker Garash. Parker, let's send it down to you if we're ready to go, and tell us what your thoughts are here so far on this first quarter of action, as we got a tight ball game now, 14-7.
Yeah, Nick Amador had full control of Yuma's offense right there at the quarterback position, making the Criminals go all the way downfield to get it into the one-score game. It's been a great drive by them and definitely brings them back into tonight's game.
Thank you so much for that report from down there on field level, Parker. 14-7 our score. The Tempe Buffaloes lead the Yuma Criminals. 9 minutes and 16 seconds remaining here in our first half. And an update from the National Football League. The Chiefs of Kansas City, behind quarterback Patrick Mahomes, lead the Lamar Jackson-led Baltimore Ravens in Arrowhead Stadium 20-10. And if you're recording the game, which you probably are, and watching this one live, we apologize for the spoiler alert right there, Ed.
But as you know, you're going up against Lamar Jackson. You know, that guy can just make things happen. It's third quarter. It's plenty of time left out there in Kansas City for the Baltimore Ravens to make something happen.
You talk about a special player. That is one Lamar Jackson.
2 special quarterbacks.
Yes.
One of a kind. These guys are just generational. Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. What a great Thursday night kickoff for the NFL season.
Absolutely right. Great Thursday night all the way around, especially right here in Tempe. And back to the NFL game for just a moment. I'm excited to see what Derrick Henry does from the backfield for the Ravens.
Me too. You know, the Ravens, they primarily, they're a running team. So now they got Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs in the league. So many great years with the Tennessee Titans.
Yes.
That guy was a monster down there in Nashville. My gosh, but when I heard that Derrick Henry was going to Baltimore, I'm like, that's a perfect fit for the Ravens.
It really is. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Saul Mendez. He swings it out. Antoine Poindexter on the reception across the 35-yard line, and finally stopped on the play there by Marquise Dixon. But open field aplenty there out on the edge that time for the Tempe Buffaloes, and a nice gainer there for number 4.
Great play calling by the Buffaloes, letting Antoine Poindexter get out there in space. That's where he's the most dangerous, when he can get out there and improvise when he gets the ball from QB1 Saul Mendez. Antoine Poindexter gets out there, gets some yards before the defenders come on him and make the tackle. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 in the 30.
An 8-yard gain there on first down.
37, I'm sorry.
As we approach 8.5 minutes remaining here in our first half. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Mendez. Flank to the right by Poindexter. Shotgun snap. Looks downfield. Goes that way. It falls incomplete. Just a little bit off target, intended for Alex Lara. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 here now for the Buffaloes. And Captain Obvious back here in the booth once again, Ed. This would be a big stop for the Criminals if they're able to do so here on 3rd down and short.
Would be a big stop for Yuma. Would be a big conversion for Tempe if they can convert on 3rd and 2.
We remind you that a place that's just right around the corner here, Ed. Tonight's coverage being brought to you in part by Burrito Express. Are they proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff? They are not open. They close at 3 p.m., which is the most regrettable part of the whole situation.
We've got to work on that.
We do. We really do. Because that sounds really good right about now, doesn't it?
Does.
Man alive. Offsides is the call, assessed to Yuma. So that'll be free yardage there for the Buffaloes, and they'll have a 1st down and 10 now from their own 43.
First down.
Saul Mendez breaks the huddle. 2-by-2 on the outside now. Antoine Poindexter in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Mendez thought about going downfield. Now he's going to do it again. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. He's rushed Throws downfield that falls incomplete. His intended target, number 3, Arthur Murphy. But great pressure applied that time by the Yuma Criminals front.
Really good front pressure, as you mentioned. Also, we can call that, like a coverage throwaway from the quarterback, Saul Mendez, because great job on the back end for Yuma's secondary to hold off those wide receivers, and that made Saul Mendez dance around and try to improvise and make things happen. He's rolling around, then he rolls out to his right, finds nobody wide open, so he's just basically got to throw the football away.
2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. 2-by-2 on the outside for Mendez. Hands it off. Poindexter on the run across the 50, 45, 40. And forced out of bounds on the near sideline by a host of Yuma Criminals led by Marquise Dixon. But Antoine Poindexter with a great seal block you saw right there, courtesy of Arthur Murphy.
Yeah, look at that right guard and right tackle. Just block open that seam for Poindexter to get through. Nothing but open field, open space for Poindexter to get through, courtesy of a really good blocking offensive line.
1st down and 10 now for the Buffaloes from the Yuma 40-yard line. 2 receivers to each side now for Saul Mendez. Poindexter flanked to his left. They open up the splits a little bit up front on the offensive line now. A low snap, and luckily Poindexter able to pounce back on that football after the unfortunate snap there from Tempe. And luckily the Buffaloes able to get out of that with only a 1-yard loss, but we got a false start as well on the play.
Great sideline shot. Look at that, JP.
Fantastic right there.
Great job, Daniel and Lupe.
Love to see it. Guys, you are doing a magnificent job down there for us. 1st down and 15 now after the penalty yardage is marked off. 8 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in our first half. Empty backfield now for Mendez. He's got 5 wide receivers. Now they'll work into a wing right. Claps the hands. Mendez looks to throw. Fires a rocket. Across the 40, it falls incomplete. His intended target was Xavier Medina. Coverage on the play applied by Isaac Torres of Yuma, and Isaac Torres was blanketed the wide receiver with.
He was. Medina not able to slide down and make that catch from Mendez maybe a little bit too low for number 9 to bring in.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 15 now here for the Buffaloes. Once again, empty backfield here for Coach Freeman in the offense. 3-by-1 on the outside. Mendez looks to throw. They blitz. It's caught. Arthur Murphy on the reception somehow there. As Mendez was pressured, I believe he just barely gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And nice play there by Arthur Murphy. You see him continuing to churn the legs there and get positive yardage that time for the Buffalo.
Yuma coming up strong with that defense, though, right? Arthur Murphy catches that football, and number 3, Andrew Mosqueda, was right there. He just held on for dear life on Arthur Murphy, calling for his brothers to come and clean that play up. Come help me, guys.
Ends up being a 1-yard gain past the original line of scrimmage now. 3rd down and 9 here. Or make it 3rd and 10 upcoming here for Tempe. 3-by-1 on the outside. Darion Richardson in the backfield now, flanked to the left of Mendez. Mendez looks to throw. Sets the feet. He goes up top. He's got Arthur Murphy. It falls incomplete. Numerous defenders in the area that time for Yuma.
4 guys back there.
4 white jerseys there. I think it's fair to say that Arthur Murphy was quadruple covered on that right there, Ed.
Yes, he was.
Man.
Wow.
Mendez almost got it in there, too.
That was actually a good throw by Mendez.
It really was.
Just a little bit too far for even Arthur Murphy to haul in. But that just lets you know the respect that the defense has for him, that they sent 4 guys back there to cover Arthur Murphy.
Also lets you know what kind of quarterback Saul Mendez is. He threw that exactly where only his wide receiver was going to have a chance at.
Yep. Yeah, just a little bit too far for Murphy. If Murphy would have ran a little bit more, he might have caught that ball, but at least it wasn't intercepted for Tempe's sake.
4th down and 10 now. The Buffaloes will keep the offense on the field here. Richardson flanked to the left of Saul Mendez. And now our head linesman runs in, and we have a timeout on the field called by the Tempe Buffaloes. So 6 minutes and 59 seconds remaining here in our first half. And that gives us a chance to take a quick commercial timeout, and we'll return for more second quarter action here from Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe, just off Mill Avenue. Stay with us. You're watching Thursday Night Kickoff here on Arizona CW7. We'll be right back.
Thursday Night Kickoff is sponsored in part by Thomas Law Group.
The biggest chain of mattress stores is now bankrupt. Mattress makers go 84% off. The best heirloom ever. $18,000 for Hollywood and the White House, under $3. $3,500 Serta Arctic, $799. $2,500 iComforts and Perfect Sleepers. Any size, $599. Molecule Sleep of Champions. Famous Beauty Rests, $399. Even every Tempur-Pedic and their highest tech body sensing smart beds. Free adjustables, free delivery. Big bankruptcy makes big mattress makers 84% off at the dump.
You love high school football? Visit Dave & Buster's Tempe before or after the game. Wear your school's colors, and Dave & Buster's will donate 20% of your check to your school's athletic department. For more details, visit daveandbusters.com.
I'm Brandon Raffy, accident attorney from Raffy Law Group. You may have seen our ads around town. They're there to remind you, if you've been injured in an accident, call Raffy.
Raffy Law Group Accident Attorney, 623-388-4333.
Welcome here to the sideline. Parker Garash with you for the CW7 Arizona Thursday Night Football Kickoff. Been an incredibly entertaining game. Been a tough game from both of these sides on a hot night here in Tempe, Arizona. 14-7 with a couple of minutes left before half. It's going to be a great one. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Park, for that fantastic update from on the field. Love that field shot from Parker Garash and Daniel and Lupe down there making things happen. Just under 7 minutes, a tick under 7 minutes to go for the half. Tempe's up 14-7 over Yuma, 6:59 to go, as Tempe's driving on Yuma, looking to go up 21-7. If they can punch it in and get an extra point.
Saul Mendez in the offense back on the field here. They keep the offense on the field on 4th down. Darian Richardson in the backfield to the right of Saul Mendez. Yuma shows blitz. Now they back off. Mendez down the field. It falls incomplete, just off the shoe tops there of number 7 for Tempe High School. That's Felipe Acosta, and unfortunately there, that was a turnover on downs now for the Buffaloes. Wow. Acosta had a lot of green grass there if he holds that in.
Yes, he did. Just wide open. Acosta, Dominguez should have caught that football, but yeah, sometimes the most obvious catches are the toughest ones that you have to make when you're open there. Out there, nobody's out there within a country mile of you, and you still can't bring the football in. It's tough for even the best of wide receivers to do.
So it'll be a turnover on downs. Yuma will be back on offense here now from their own 39-yard line. They trail the Buffaloes 14-7. We got a good 3A matchup for you here inside Bruce Harper Stadium. A carry, still on his feet, churning the legs. And a great job there by the Yuma Criminals. How about that? You see him going to the traffic right there and just refusing to go down, Ed.
Just love the determination of these running backs. These guys, they're just going to fight for, again, every single yard they can.
Oh, so it's a fumble on the field after all that. As we remind you that NASCAR is coming to CW7 Arizona. Start your engines and strap yourself in as NASCAR Xfinity comes to CW7 Arizona. Starting September 20th, we're bringing you every NASCAR Xfinity Series race, including the championship that happens right here in the Valley at Phoenix International Raceway. That's out in your neck of the woods, Ed. CW7, your new home for NASCAR, coming this fall right here to this very channel.
I'm going out to PIR to watch some of that. I love NASCAR.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
It is so much fun out there. Folks, if you've never been out there, you got to get to PIR. It is a fantastic time. You will not regret it.
I'm one of those folks. I've never been to a NASCAR race.
Well, you and I may have to go together.
I'm from Texas, and I've never been to a NASCAR race.
Really?
Can you believe that?
No, I can't believe that.
Poindexter on the edge now, shakes a tackler across the 45, burrowing his way near the 40-yard line, and Antoine Poindexter running with the plow down right there for the Buffaloes, getting positive yards.
Did you see him run, seeing that he can't get to the outside, so he cuts back immediately to the inside, seeing that he's got some space to continue to run the football, hold on the football, knowing guys are going to come after him and try to strip the ball, but Poindexter holds on and gets a lot of yards on that run. And as per usual for the Yuma Criminals, you find the football on defense, and you usually find number 7, Marquise Dixon. He's always in the vicinity. Saul Mendez breaks the huddle now. One receiver to each side. On second down and short, he hands it off. Darion Richardson looks like he slipped up just a little bit there as he crossed the 40-yard line. And he gets across the inside the 37. Stopped on the play there by Jose Cardenas, coming up in run support for Yuma. Cardenas, also number 62, Julio Camacho, was also there in coverage to bring down the running back, as you mentioned, Darion Richardson. Third down, and we'll call it 2 here. As we approach 5 minutes remaining here in our first half, don't forget to stay with us at halftime. We'll have a full halftime report for you. Saul Mendez hands it off. Antoine Poindexter comes near side. Dropping the pads. Inside the 25-yard line, the penalty flag flies. As once again, number 7 coming up there in run support, Marquise Dixon for the Yuma Criminals. And watch that stick right there. Oh, correction, that was number 3, Andrew Mosqueda, lowering the boom there on Poindexter. Poindexter said, "Is that all you got?" You popped right back up and flexed his shoulders off of that outstanding run by Poindexter, trying to run off left guard and left tackle. Saw nothing there, saw a wall there, no way he's going to get through there, so he pops out to his right. His offensive line blocks for him, allowing him to pop out to the right, get all those extra yards off of a really good run. Although that first down's negated because of a penalty. So it'll be third down and short here. Third down and 3 to be exact. 2 by 1 on the outside now for Mendez. He's got a receiver at the very top of the screen. Penalty flags fly. This could be a free play. Down the field it goes. It's complete. Arthur Murphy on the reception. You're going to see it right here. Saul Mendez with a beautiful laser in there to Murphy at the 30-yard line. And unfortunately for the Buffaloes, it won't stand, as they have an illegal procedure penalty. We have an injured player down on the field right there for Yuma, so we'll see if you can get you a number on that young man here in just a little bit. That gives us a chance to remind you, coming up here shortly, we'll have the Thomas Law student athlete from Yuma High School. We could probably do that right now if you'd like, with 4 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in our second quarter. Brought to you by Thomas Law, a personal injury firm making law personal. Ed, the student athlete of the week for Yuma High School. I'm so glad we're doing this segment every week. Yeah, me too. It's Andrew Mosqueda, as you see on your screen, folks. Mr. Mosqueda, a senior. He plays football and basketball. He's also a wide receiver on the football team. He's got a GPA of 3.65, a GPA I wish I had when I was his age. No doubt. Way back in the day. The young man's got second team honors, all region honors. In his future, he wants to be a business major or a law enforcement major. So, young man, congratulations on being the student athlete of the week for Arizona's CW7, brought to you by Thomas Law. Thomas Law, making law personal. Congratulations to the coach's son, Andrew Mosqueda, who, by the way, is also having himself a pretty nice football game here in Tempe tonight. You see him on your screen right there. Oh, yes, sir. Playing really aggressively on defense. Liking what I'm seeing from number 3. Liking what I'm seeing from Yuma's defense as a whole. But they've got to find a way to stop turning the football over on offense. That's why they're down 14-7, because they've got 2 big turnovers in the first half, and they're not able to capitalize off of drives offensively. And also, we've got time, folks. We're going to let you know tonight's coverage is being brought to you in part by Next Care Urgent Care, also in part by our good friends at Burrito Express.
Yes, Burrito Express, as you mentioned, sounds really good right now, and unfortunately, they closed just a little over 5 hours ago, so we're going to have to talk to Angel and the boys over there about maybe we can get them to stay open late just on Thursday nights, just to appease us, maybe, and I don't know.
Maybe they can do that. Why not?
Why not?
The worst they can say is no.
So the injured player up under his own power there for Yuma, always great to see that. And that was number 7, Marquise Dixon, who also is having a whale of a football game. He's been on almost every defensive play here tonight.
He really has. We've called his name quite a few times tonight. Good to see Marquise going off on his own power. As you mentioned, 5'11", 146 pounds. He's a junior wide receiver and tight end. He also plays on defense, so he's one of those really solid two-way players for Yuma.
3rd down and 8 now. Stacked twins to the right here for Saul Mendez. Pump fake, goes to the air. He's got a man. It's caught on the reception across the 40-yard line. That is number 7, Felipe Acosta on the reception. But a penalty flag on the play, and we'll have to check the longer on the field here. Forced out by a couple of Yuma criminals.
Well, Mendez did get hit. I wonder if they're going to maybe call a roughing the passer again. Yep. Yep. I think that was number 52, Cristobal Simon. The defensive lineman came over and hit Saul Mendez after he got rid of the football. Of course, that's a no-no in high school, college, and professional football.
And the IFL as well.
In the IFL,
that is a no-no.
Yes, it is. We can't have Josh Jones getting hit.
We cannot have JJ getting hit anywhere above the, I would say, the waistband or so. Wouldn't you say?
Would you say that, Stephen?
So that'll be a 1st down now for the Buffaloes from the Yuma 22-yard line.
I've got to let JJ know we got his name in the broadcast.
Yeah, we will have to let him know for sure. You know he's tuned in and watching right now.
Of course he is.
Especially if Stephen Moore is involved in the broadcast. 2-by-1 on the outside now as they flare Poindexter out in motion. Mendez looks that way. Poindexter caught it at the 25. Works inside and eludes a tackler inside the 20-yard line. Finally brought down by number 51 for Yuma. And what a play there for Mendez. Unfortunately, 51 not on our roster, but Poindexter, you see the elusivity we talk about right there.
Just that inside move by Poindexter.
Oh, man.
He shook Isaac Torres, the cornerback right there. It just takes that one little double move from the outside to the inside, and Poindexter can get more yards because of his quick decision making. Ball on the 19-yard line for Tempe as they're driving. Just under 4 minutes to go as the clock continues to roll. 3:52 and counting.
A gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. 3-by-1 on the outside now. Poindexter in the backfield. Mendez pumps the shoulders, goes downfield. It falls incomplete. His intended target was Alex Lara, and Jaden Anderson providing coverage that time for Yuma.
Second time Mendez tried to get to Lara out there in the flat. It didn't work. Lara, I think he's trying to get Lara to go a little bit more toward the sidelines. That's why the ball's a little bit distant and past Lara. Lara's got to run that route a little bit further toward the sideline. I think that's where the QB1's trying to get him to go toward.
Ball rests at the Yuma 19-yard line. 3rd down and 7 here. 3 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in our first half. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Mendez. Flanked to the right by Poindexter. Low snap. Protection holds. Mendez climbs the pocket. He runs into traffic, and then he is buried at the 20-yard line by number 8, Joaquin Perez. Watch this stick right here.
My goodness.
Come get you some. There it is right there. And the best part of that, by number 8, Joaquin Perez, after you make contact, you drive those feet and finish the tackle.
Exactly. That's exactly what Perez did. That is proper tackling by Perez. He came right up there, got QB1, thought Mendez was going to get more yards until he saw number 8.
That was a big boy stop in the middle right there. 4th down and 7 now. And Saul Mendez in the offense will stay on the field. Antoine Poindexter, the lone setback. Out of a wing right. Shotgun snap, play fake, to the air. It falls incomplete. The nearest Tempe Buffalo was number 44 out there. Jonathan Washington. And so it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Yuma Criminals will have the football back with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in our first half.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Buffaloes and Saul Mendez, number 44 was nowhere near where he was trying to pinpoint the basketball, trying to pinpoint the football.
Believe it or not, basketball season will be here before you know it.
I know, that's
These
why.
teams around Arizona already working.
Yeah.
Working in the gyms. You can hear them throughout the Grand Canyon State.
That's why I got basketball on my mind. It's coming.
First down and 10 now for the Criminals. One receiver to each side. They go heavy package up front. They hand it off. Room to run. And running over defenders there at the 25-yard line was number 8, Joaquin Perez, and a beast mode type run right here. Boom!
So Perez lays the smackdown on Saul Mendez a couple plays ago. Then he gets the football, and he runs like a Mack truck on the running back spot. What a powerful run there by the 6-foot, 200-pound senior, number 8.
This Yuma team is very physical, especially at the point of attack. One receiver to each side now. Quarterback looks to throw. He goes down full field, pulls the ripcord, and nearly hauls it in. Elijah Rattler, the intended target. And unfortunately, that one falls incomplete, but only one man to beat if number 4 hauls that one in.
Yep. So you got double coverage back there, number 19 back there, Isaiah Smith Muhammad, and one of his other defensive backs were back there. But as you mentioned, if Rattler could have caught that football, he was in between both of those guys. So if he would have caught the football, hit his afterburners right there, he could have scooted for a touchdown.
Very near so. Third down and 2 now here upcoming. 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in our first half. So glad to join us for Thursday night kickoff here on CW7 Arizona. They clap the hands. Number 2 on the carry lowers the head there at the 30-yard line, and Shamar Morales has a Yuma first down after a nice carry out the right-hand side.
Physical football. You're seeing Shamar Morales run off right guard, right tackle. His guys are blocking, but you see all those blue jerseys surrounding the running back. They just converge. They know where the running back's going, so they just go to the running back, Shamar Morales, and bring him down. As we're coming up on 2 minutes to go before the half, Tempe holding on to a 14-7 lead as Yuma continues to drive.
They hand it off up the gut across the 40-yard line, and a big gainer there for Yuma out to the 45-yard line. And once again on the scamper, Joaquin Perez. And Perez, my goodness, running the football really well here, especially in this second quarter, is number 8.
Yeah, big head of steam. Perez gets the handoff from his quarterback, number 13, Nick Amador, and he just goes straight up the middle of the line, opens the holes for him, and Joaquin Perez just hits it with speed, runs with authority, and gets them some big yards on that run.
So it'll be first down and 10 here for the Yuma Criminals from their own 45-yard line. A minute 46 remaining here in our first half. Ed, a pretty evenly matched ball game here, I would say, through almost one full half of play.
Right, we talked about what happened last September 1st down there in Yuma. It was 25-23, another close game that Tempe went down there and won. So it would behoove Yuma right before the half. You've got a minute 46 to go down there and get a score. But again, I loom back and I go back to those 2 turnovers that Yuma had in the first half that really could have changed the trajectory of where this game is. It could be different than 14-7 if they would have possibly scored at least on one of those drives. It could be tied. They could have taken the lead if they did not turn those footballs over.
First down and 10 now for Yuma from their own 45-yard line. Nick Amador and the offense, they break the huddle with one receiver to each side. And it looks like they're going double tight right here as they're going to get ready to empty out the backfield here for Nick Amador.
And we're changing the clock to 1:51 in the clock, so there's 5 more seconds added to the clock, JP.
So they will adjust that here in a moment, and it'll be a minute 51 remaining here in our first half. We are just about all set for play once again. Amador gets the snap. He winds up, goes downfield. Far side, it's incomplete. The intended target was Andrew Mosqueda, and way too much air under that football. Excellent coverage provided that time by Tempe's number 20. Doing a great job there. Unfortunately, we don't have 20 on the roster. Incompletion brings up 2nd down and 10 now. 1:45 remaining here in the half. Will it be number 8, Joaquin Perez again? Perez is in the backfield once again here now. He is the lone setback behind Nick Amador. Amador claps the hands. Play fake, rolls out to his right, downfield. It's caught at the 45-yard line. Shamar Morales with the reception, and that'll be a Yuma first down. Great roll out there by Amador. Knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. The nearest Tempe Buffalo in the area was number 32. And Amador made that look pretty easy there. Down now to the Yuma 44-yard line. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Amador. He climbs the pocket. He'll run it himself. Still on his feet across the 40-yard line. And finally stopped on the play inside the 40 by number 32 for Tempe.
Nice game by Amador, gain of 5, getting them a little bit closer. 2nd and 5 as we under a minute. The clock continues to run. We're at 55 seconds and counting, JP, so they've got to continue. They've got to move the ball. A little urgency right here for Yuma. Amador back to pass. Pressure off the edge. Downfield. Caught. Very near the line to gain. That was Elijah Rattler. And Rattler able to haul it in there and pick up almost another Yuma first down, but maybe even more importantly, getting out of bounds and stopping that clock. Exactly what I was going to say. Amador rolls to his right, hits Rattler, and Rattler smartly gets to the ends, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock with 43.9 to go.
So 3rd down and short here. 43 seconds remaining in our first half. Don't forget, we're going to send it down to Mr. Parker Garash to get our leading coach as they head off the field here at halftime. 3rd down and short. Amador rolls out to his right. He'll keep it himself. He's got the first down and maybe an additional yard or so. Great scramble there by Nick Amador, and it's not the first time tonight he's hurt the Buffaloes with the leg.
No, very nice job by Amador, seeing that his offensive line blocks. He's taking it off right guard and right tackle again, using his legs to get to the outside and get that first down. Nice run there by number 13. His offensive line's looking really good so far for Amador, letting him improvise on the run, seeing that there's open space on that right side because his O-line is blocking, holding that defensive line, pulling those guys in so he can jet out.
37 seconds remaining here in our first half. 1st down and 10 Yuma. They are on the march. 3-by-1 on the outside for Amador. He looks to throw. All kinds of time. Rolls out to his right now. He's under pressure, and he will evade the pressure and scramble out of bounds. Forced out by number 22, Omari Bradley, the sophomore. Luckily, Ed, whatever you don't have, I have over here. It kind of works out that way sometimes, doesn't it?
Maybe Max Prep's updated after I printed these out last night.
Maybe so. A loss of a couple on the play now. A loss of 4 to be exact. 2nd down and 14 now here. 31 seconds remaining in our first half. 1 receiver to each side now for Nick Amador. And they go out of a double tight end personnel here. So 12 personnel here for Yuma. Amador retreats, throws. It falls incomplete. His intended target was Shamar Morales. And that one just off the shoe tops there will bring up 3rd down and long here as we take one more look.
That throw was low from QB1. Looked like it did hit his shoes. But maybe Shamar Morales could have leaned down a little bit more, got a little bit lower with his arms, and caught that football.
3rd down and 14 now coming up. 28 seconds remaining here in our first half. Special shout out to all the crew here tonight on hand, helping us keep this thing on the air. Amador back to pass. He's got plenty of protection. Penalty flag flies. He takes a shot down the field, and it falls incomplete, trying to find Shamar Morales way down there. And there you see the penalty flag come in. Amador goes through the air. got an injured player down now.
That looks like number 40
for Tempe.
Number 40 for Tempe. Let me grab that. That's Samuela Lolohea. Excuse me if I butcher his name. Lolohea.
Folks, this gives us a chance to remind you that following the game tonight, be sure to stick around for CW7 Prime, as we'll have a magical evening filled with laughs on Penn and Teller Fool Us. That's coming up right after the post-game show here tonight on Arizona CW7. As we always say, Ed, it's all good. Fantastic drone shot for you there for a moment from high atop Bruce Harper Stadium here in Tempe. Our first visit to the corner of Mill and Broadway, and so far the football has been very entertaining here on the gridiron this evening. Special shout out once again to all the crew on hand here and all the folks back at the mothership over at 44th and Camelback. As you see Coach Freeman and the Buffaloes conversing there on the sideline, making sure everyone is on the same play. Let's take a look at the Tempe upcoming football schedule here and what's on the slate upcoming for the Buffaloes. Next week, they will host Carl Hayden, and the week after that, they'll host the Odyssey Institute Minotaurs before heading on the road to Window Rock and then out to the Far East Valley to battle those Benjamin Franklin Chargers, Ed.
2 more games at home, 3-game homestand for Tempe, and as you mentioned, go on the road. So they've got to take advantage of these 3 home games because the road to victories are very difficult. You know, it's hard to win on the road. It's hard to win at home, of course. But when you hit the road, get away from Tempe, get away from your home surroundings, things that you're familiar with. You go to places that you may have never been to, or if you've been to, you've had struggles on the road. You've got to still go out there and take advantage and handle business.
A lot of times it is a little tougher for some teams to go on the road and compete at a high level, but on the other side of the coin, Ed, sometimes it's more beneficial because you're kind of able to isolate yourselves a little bit, kind of get away from some of those home distractions with the home fans and everything like that. You just kind of go around the road and on that business trip situation and really kind of lock in, and not only be able to lock in for the football game, but it also helps with the team bonding on those trips as well. And I tell you what, years from now, that's what these high school football players will remember and they'll be talking about is the road trips and where we ate and all that sort of thing. They won't even remember the football school.
Yep, it is priceless, those memories and those bonds that you build and the chemistry that you build with your brethren.
2-by-2 on the outside now for Yuma. Amador goes downfield. It falls incomplete, and it bounces right off the shoulder pads of Andrew Mosqueda, unfortunately, right there for Yuma. One more look at it right here, Ed.
Oh, my goodness. Another catch that Amador, good throw by Amador. That's just a catch that Andrew Mosqueda should have caught. Maybe he was looking upfield and he did not secure the football. You've got to catch the football first. Maybe he heard the footsteps coming from the defensive backs, but he's got to be able to bring that football in and then turn the football up the field, then turn his head up the field and try to make a play.
It is 4th and Tonopah now here for the Yuma Criminals. And a great-looking overhead shot there from high atop Bruce Harper Stadium. Ball rests at the 47-yard line of Tempe. Receiver to each side now. They'll punt it away. High end-over-end kick. Takes a sideways bounce. And touched there by Yuma. It'll be downed officially now at the 2-yard line. So great field awareness there by Yuma, and it looks like just about 5 seconds remaining here in the first half. And so they'll have one more crack at it here on offense.
Unless you assume that Tempe is just going to down it and take it to the half.
It could very well be.
They could.
It could very well be. Would you stay with us at halftime?
I was going to say, would you do a Hail Mary right here or just kind of kneel it and take it to the halftime and make those adjustments?
You know what? I'm up 14-7. I don't want to get anyone hurt unnecessarily. Not to say that would happen here on the play, but
I just kneel it and take it to the halftime.
From your own 9, I think I'm going to kneel that down and go into the locker room and get on that whiteboard.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want to turn the football over, as you mentioned. No unnecessary injuries. Just kneel, get into the locker room, and start working on the second half.
I'm excited to see what we've got here in half number 2 because it's been a fantastic football game here from Tempe High School. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left now Well, actually stacked twins to both sides here for Saul Mendez. And so much for kneeling it out, Ed. Yuma shows pressure. They'll hand it off. This is Poindexter. Across the 10, out near the 14-yard line goes Antoine Poindexter. And that should be the final play of quarter number 2. Hey, Parker. We have reached halftime here in Bruce Harper Stadium. Our score, the Tempe Buffaloes 14 and the Yuma Criminals 7. Let's see if we can send it down here in just a moment to our sideline reporter, Parker Garash, before we go to the first commercial break of the halftime show and get his thoughts on half number 1. Parker, take it away. Send us to the commercial break. But first off, give us your thoughts on half number 1.
Parker's trying to get one of the head coaches.
A little bit and take these guys away. We'll keep leaving them in the game. We can't do that. We're getting away. We're getting away now, and we got to stop.
A lot of penalties on both sides for both teams. Honestly, you've been able to get a lot and go downfield more, but also there've been a couple on you. What kind of things could you pick up? Can you get your guys to be able to clean up for the second half?
We just got to be mindful where we're at, what we're doing. You know, we're doing little petty things that are hurting us and whatnot, and we got to be mindful of what the score is and where we're at in the field. So it's just little things that we know better than doing. We got to clean it up.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys in the studio.
Great stuff right there from Coach Sean Freeman as the Tempe Buffaloes lead the Yuma Criminals at halftime by the score of 14-7. The band is taking the field, and that is our signal to take a timeout here as we will welcome you back to Bruce Harper Stadium after a brief commercial timeout. The halftime report coming up next as the Buffaloes lead the Criminals 14-7. Stay with us. It's Thursday night kickoff here on Arizona CW7. We'll be right back.
We're the husband and wife law team.
I'm Jerry Sapphire.
And I'm Roberta Sapphire, and we're the original husband and wife law team.
And we're so proud of our daughter Alexis and her husband Mark for fighting for their clients for nearly 30 years.
Abortion, this is an act of killing.
I believe that abortion is the ultimate sin. It is not health care. It is the killing, it is the sacrifice, it is the execution of a baby in the mother's womb.
It is demonic and incredibly sad. I don't think abortion pills should be legal. Arizona will not be a state where abortions are happening. I am just unwilling to bend on that.
When Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We're the husband and wife law team.
I'm Jerry Sapphire.
And I'm Roberta Sapphire, and we're the original husband and wife law team.
And we're so proud of our daughter Alexis and her husband Mark for fighting for their clients for nearly 30 years.
We welcome you back here on the halftime report. Our score is the Tempe Buffaloes 14 and the Yuma Criminals 7. It's halftime, and it's been a very exciting halftime so far. Let's go ahead and get our special guest into the broadcast booth here. The one and only Just Chili is going to be joining us here on the program. 14-7 so far, our score. The Tempe Buffaloes leading the Yuma Criminals, and a very hard-nosed football game here tonight. A lot of hard-hitting defense, and then some very exciting offense as well, Ed. here to complement the defensive play.
Yeah, 14-7, really tough, hard-nosed football by both of these football teams, Yuma and Tempe. We knew it was going to be a close one. It was a close one last September. We talked about that with Tempe going to Yuma, getting a victory. Yuma wanting to get a victory to even up the series, at least in the first 2 years. So it's going to be a really good second half as both of these teams are now in the locker room making halftime adjustments, things they do every single game at halftime. But these are critical adjustments for the third and fourth quarter.
We welcome you inside the broadcast booth. We're joined here by the one and only Just Chili. Chili, great to see you as always. We appreciate you joining us here on the halftime show. And just give us real quick your thoughts on half number one. A pretty good football game here.
Out there, they're making these plays. The lights are bright, and it's absolutely exciting. Love this Arthur Murphy kid from Tempe.
Yes.
That spectacular one-handed catch. He knows it's prime time out there. You got like B-Lane shot that, and you got K-Visuals, freaking Ricky Pearsall's personal content creator out there. Like, he knows what's going on out there, and so he's there. Tried to make that deep play in the end zone with this guy Saul Mendez, but this kid Joaquin from Yuma, this kid has been balling, man.
Joaquin,
my man hits hard. Yeah, he's an absolute stud. And I know they got a couple guys out there, Mosqueda and a couple other dudes that are handling business, but it's a great game. This is the best game in the city right now. I love it.
Chili, you talk about Arthur Murphy making plays with a one-handed catch down here. Antoine Poindexter has ran the ball extremely well tonight for Tempe.
Hey, Gritty, this Tempe backfield, him and Darian Richardson, man, both of them look good. They're running hard. They're just waiting for their opportunities to break one. So I think that Tempe is probably going to get that in the second half. And I like what Coach Freeman's doing out here, the play calling. You know, he's trying to get his guys going. They're 0-2, and they probably shouldn't be. He wants to make sure that his team runs into the storm and gets into the playoffs. And they're taking on all challengers. They back down from nobody. You got to love what he's been able to do here in his short time here at Tempe, building the culture and all that.
How about the fight from Yuma here tonight, Chili? I mean, there was a couple times where they had some unfortunate events there in the first half. They could have really laid down, if you will, but decided that they weren't going to go away quietly and were able to rally and get back in this football game.
Yeah, they could pack it up, hold it in, just wait for us and go back home. But they want to show everybody that they're here to play and that they can play with these other teams. And look, they're 0-2 also, so they're fighting for their playoff lives already this early in the season. So you know what? There's the value from the Thatchers out there that are kind of looking. Oh, hey, Thursday night, let's see how these 0-2 teams shake out. Let's see who we might be looking at in the first round for some food on our menu, on that playoff menu.
Chili, one of the major adjustments that Yuma's going to have to do, can't turn the football over. They turn the ball over twice. You cannot turn the football over and expect to make things happen offensively because you're giving the ball back to Tempe because of your mistakes. They've got to make these adjustments right now at halftime so they can't come out and turn the football over in the third and fourth quarters and expect to win.
Hey, look, both of these guys are hungry to try to make plays and try to figure things out and try to do something spectacular. They're both on TV at 0-2. That stuff doesn't really happen very often. So, both of them want to showcase something, showcase their abilities. You see these guys throwing the ball into the end zone and trying to make these plays over here. They're fully expecting this second half, somebody's going to try to make sure that, something big goes down for prime time.
Chili, you don't live too far away from Tempe High School here. You've been around this football team for a number of years. Talk to us about the they call it the Tempe turnaround here at Tempe High School, and what Coach Freeman has done with this program.
Yeah, he started with the bare bones, the skeleton of this thing, and he wanted to make sure that his guys had the buy-in. And then, he made sure they brought in some coaches this year, the Bonnie Davises and guys like that, kept some guys around. So, he's definitely done a thing out here, and I know that Coach Huffine, the district director, the athletic director for the district, I know that he's super excited about some of the things that have been going on over here at Tempe, because let's face it, it's better when, Tempe is hot.
Absolutely. Just Chili joining us here on the halftime report. Special thanks to him. Always good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming on here with us.
Chili.
It's 14-7 at the halftime. The Tempe Buffaloes leading the Yuma Criminals. We'll be right back for more of the halftime report as we get you ready for half number 2 of Thursday night kickoff right here on CW7 Arizona. Stay with us.
After my accident, I called Hastings & Hastings.
At Hastings & Hastings, our discount fee puts more money in your pocket. But we never discount our service. When you want more, call Hastings & Hastings.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
You know, in the time it took me to get this coffee, there was most likely a serious car accident here in the Valley. I'm attorney Fred Thomas. I grew up in the Valley. I've been helping injured people in the Valley for almost 20 years.
If you're injured, contact an attorney that, like you, calls the Valley home. And, like with so many others, will get you the compensation for your pain.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, call me, and I'll get you the compensation you deserve.
If you're injured, call Thomas Law. You love high school football? Visit Dave & Buster's Tempe before or after the game. Wear your school's colors, and Dave & Buster's will donate 20% of your check to your school's athletic department. For more details, visit daveandbusters.com.
Folks, welcome back to Tempe High School. We're at halftime. Tempe's up 14-7 on Yuma. Teams making their proverbial halftime adjustments here at the locker room, and they're getting ready for the third and fourth quarter of the second half. Folks, let's go ahead and give you your next care, urgent care health tip. JP, run it down to them.
Let's give it to them. It's time for our next care, urgent care health tip. Whether you're an athlete or not, injuries can and do happen. So make sure and apply pressure to a strained muscle with a bandage or athletic tape. That can help minimize overall swelling. And did you know, Ed, 80% of emergency room visits can be treated at Next Care Urgent Care for an average of a third of the cost.
What did you say, 80%?
80%.
That's amazing.
Great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. From the Next Care Urgent Care Health Tip of the Week. And if you have any bumps, bruises, or any other injuries of that kind, make sure and make your way over to Urgent Care to get treated just right. Our halftime score here from Bruce Harper Memorial Stadium has the Tempe Buffaloes on top by the score of 14-7. Special thanks once again to Just Chili for joining us. Always great to visit with him, and he really has his hand on the pulse of Arizona high school football,
folks,
and all divisions.
Yeah, folks, you saw him. He is a wealth of knowledge. He knows every single football team, pretty much all the players, all the coaches. So Just Chili is the man you want to know. If you want to know high school football, you talk to that guy. He is a encyclopedia of high school football.
And how do the Criminals get back in this football game? They did a great job there in the first half of staying with Tempe, although some unfortunate turnovers on downs, but they're still in this game 14-7, my man.
They are. You talk about turnovers. 2 turnovers in the first half. That's critical. You cannot do that. I will stress that until the day is over, until the cows come home. Do not turn the football over, because that kills your drives. You could have possibly scored 14 points if you would have capitalized on those 2 drives that you turned the football over. So Yuma has to come out, play smart football. Do not turn the football over. Drive the football down the field. The quarterback has got to take it down the field. Nick Amador has got to take his guys down the field like he did for a good portion before he turned the football over. Move the football down the field, get into the end zone, then let your defense do the rest.
We're just a few minutes away from the kickoff of half number 2 here on Thursday night kickoff on Arizona CW7. We'll take a brief commercial timeout and return for more action here from Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe. Stay with us. You're watching Thursday night kickoff on CW7 Arizona. Come on back.
In a wreck and thinking about dealing with the insurance company yourself? Stop!
People represented by an attorney get more than 3 times the money than those who don't have an attorney.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Any good cop can tell good from bad and truth from lies. And Democrats like Ruben Gallego are lying about their border agenda. Gallego talks tough now, but for 4 years in Congress, he backed Kamala Harris' border policy 100%. The same policies that created record immigration encounters, sent tax dollars to illegal invaders, and resulted in tragic overdose deaths. This crisis happened on Ruben Gallego's watch. Don't let it continue on yours.
I'm Carrie Lake, and I approve this message.
$10 million in a pedestrian accident, $5 million in a car accident. These are just a few of our recent results.
Heard in a wreck? Need a check?
We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
We welcome you back to the halftime report here on Arizona CW7. Our halftime score, the Tempe Buffaloes 14 and the Yuma Criminals 7. Let's send it down to the field where Parker Garash is standing by with head coach Mosqueda.
Hey guys, here with Coach Mosqueda from the Yuma Criminals. Coach, 14-7, a little bit of a slow start for you guys. You're able to get the touchdown in that second quarter. What did you like at the end of the second quarter from your guys?
They're fighting. They're not giving up no matter what. Even scoreboard, yourself, right? We're coming back. They're not giving up. We had a slow start, like you said, but they're picking it up. They're still fighting, and we're going to get back in this game in no time.
Of course, a long drive for you guys from where you are based out of. What was the message in the second half? Of course, a tight game right now, but what was the message to your guys to be able to go and get the win?
It's just to continue where we left off. Right? Keep fighting, keep going. We're not going to go that first half team, the first quarter team. We're just going to keep going where we started at.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys in the studio.
Great stuff from field level down there from Parker Garash and head coach Armando Mosqueda of the Yuma Criminals. Like I said, Ed, they're right in this football game, and I think the first couple plays here going to prove critical here in half number 2. We'll step aside, take a brief commercial timeout, and return for the second half kickoff here between the Tempe Buffaloes and the Yuma Criminals. You're watching Thursday Night Kickoff here on Arizona CW7 and CW7AZ.com.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
Oh my God, I was just into a car accident. I was hit from behind. You gotta call Rafi.
Would you believe what the insurance company offered me after my accident?
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you should have called Rafi.
I'm Brandon Rafi, accident attorney from Rafi Law Group. You may have seen our ads around town. They're there to remind you, if you've been injured in an accident, call Rafi.
Rafi Law Group Accident Attorney, 623-388-4333.
Abortion, this is an act of killing.
I believe that abortion is the ultimate sin.
It is not health care. It is the killing, it is the sacrifice, it is the execution of a baby in the mother's womb. It is demonic and incredibly sad. I don't think abortion pills should be legal. Arizona will not be a state where abortions are happening. I am just unwilling to bend on that.
Wind Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
In the Marines, we always said, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Well, Arizonans know, on the border, there is no plan. So here's what I'm going to do. Better technology and more manpower to stop illegal crossings. Modernize the ports of legal entry so workers and goods that our economy relies on can pass. And tell Washington politicians, stop coming to Arizona for your BS political stunts. We just want solutions. I'm Ruben Gallego, and I approve this message.
Folks, welcome back to South Mill Avenue, Tempe High School to be exact. Tempe up 14-7 on the visiting Yuma football team. Folks, we want to let you know that tonight's coverage is being brought to you in part by Burrito Express. It's also being brought to you in part by Next Care Urgent Care. So many fantastic sponsors. We love every single one of them, so we got to give them their flowers as much as we can.
Absolutely right. And Burrito Express has been a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network for a couple of years now. And I can't thank Angel and his brother over there at Burrito Express for the hospitality from the Thursday night kickoff show to sponsoring the games here on CW7 Arizona as we get a great look high overhead Bruce Harper Stadium here. And 7 Valley locations for Burrito Express, Ed, and I think you would know, we would encourage the folks, if you have not hit BE either ever or in recent times, get yourself over there, especially for one of those burritos as they honor Cam Scatabo, the running back from the Arizona State Sun Devils.
Very nice. What they need to do is get a West Valley location. Well, 2 things. Be open past 3 o'clock and get a West Valley location. Get one out there in Goodyear where I live, Angel. We'd love to have one out there.
I've been on them for a while about that West Valley location. I think 35th Avenue and Union Hills would be a prime spot, but that's just me talking.
That's a good spot, too.
As the Tempe Buffaloes return the football out near the 40-yard line, so that's where Saul Mendez and the crew will go back to work here to open up our second half of play.
As the second half opens, we'll let you know CW7 Arizona brings you even more exciting football action. Every Saturday, check out ACC and Pac-12 football. This Saturday starting at 1:30 p.m. It's a cross-border battle. West Virginia battle out there in Blacksburg between Marshall and West Virginia. The Hokies and the Thundering Herd. That's going to be a good battle out there at Lane Stadium.
Ed, what do they have to eat out there in Blacksburg, Virginia? What's the go-to dish of choice if you're enjoying a Hokies football game?
Everything. Whatever you want, they got it in Blacksburg.
Okay, all right. Very good. I got to get out. I've heard that's one of the prime stadiums to see a football game in there, and there's a couple around the country that would fit that bill. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Mendez. Back to work here on offense. A move on a defender. Shakes another defender across midfield. Goes number 3, Arthur Murphy, and I tell you what, he is shifty right there in the open space.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it at halftime with Just Chili. Arthur Murphy with that inside move. Man. He shakes Shamar Morales right there. The inside move allows him to get more yards, get right past midfield, so they're at the 48-yard line, so they're already inside Yuma territory. Great move there by Arthur Murphy as he continues to wreak havoc on that Yuma defense.
First down and 10 now for the Buffaloes. They're inside plus territory at the Yuma 48-yard line. 2-by-2 on the outside here for Mendez. Antoine Poindexter in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Poindexter with a great head of steam. Across the 40-yard line, breaking a tackle, and still on his feet, pushing the pile right there is the Tempe offense. My goodness, what a play there. And you're going to see Poindexter hit the hole right there and just keep pushing that pile. That's what it's all about. Those legs just continue to churn for Poindexter.
That's right. Give his offensive line, again, props for opening the holes for Poindexter to make it look easy for him to shoot straight up the middle. And he continues, as you mentioned, to turn those legs and fight for more yards and get even deeper into Yuma territory.
First down and 10 now for the Buffaloes from the Yuma 33-yard line. Just inside our second half of play here from Bruce Harper Stadium, just off of Mill and Broadway in Tempe. 2-by-2 on the outside for Mendez. Poindexter in the backfield. Poindexter gets the call. Tries to break it outside, and he is wrestled by a couple of Yuma criminals. Led that time by Shamar Morales. A fantastic stop on the edge there from Morales.
Morales also Joaquin Perez, the outside linebacker. He was the first guy to initially get there. Right there, he spun him around, and that got Shamar Morales to come and clean it up for him.
Chile was talking about number 8, Joaquin Perez, in the halftime report, and he is indeed balling out here tonight for Yuma.
Yes, sir. Number 2 and number 8 paying big dividends so far for Yuma.
You can put down a loss of 2, a 2-yard tackle for loss there for Shamar Morales. Second down and 12 now upcoming here for the Buffaloes. 2-by-1 on the outside for Saul Mendez. He brings one in motion across the formation. Darion Richardson now flanked to his left after they motion over. Now will go over to the right-hand side. He claps the hands, gets the snap, looks downfield, rolls to his right, caught. Richardson, penalty flag on the play, through the defense, out near the 20-yard line, but will it stand? That's in the general area of holding, so we'll have to refer to our AIA officiating crew.
Yep.
And we got to see the head of the AIA officials out here tonight as well, Mr. Brian Gessner.
Yeah, I think they saw number 71, Trent Wallace. You saw it in your replay, folks. Trent Wallace grabbed on number 4, I believe that was Elijah Rattler, so they're going to get him for that call. That was about as blatant a holding call as you're going to get on number 71, Trent Wallace, the right tackle.
Holding call against Tempe, so that'll back him up. An official's timeout on the field. That will spot the football now at the Yuma 45-yard line. So with the stoppage of play, we're going to remind you that tonight following the game, make sure you stick around for CW7 Prime. It'll feature a magical evening filled with laughs on Penn and Teller Fool Us. And as we like to say, on CW7 Arizona,
let's do it fast. It's all good. You got to play the call.
Penn and Teller, pretty funny stuff right there if you've never seen those gentlemen. Mendez gets the low snap, goes downfield, it's caught across the 40, 35, 30, and then bamboozled there at the 30-yard line by Andrew Mosqueda. That was number 18, Alex Lara, and a nice reception. And then you see Lara come up right there, or Mosqueda come up and lower the boom on Alex Lara.
He made Alex Lara feel that, didn't he? That was a good throw from Mendez. Good completion from Mendez to Lara out there in the open field. Lara gets the yards until number 3 says, that's about enough. That's about as far as I'm going to let you go. I'm going to sit you down right here.
Third down and 7 right here. Two by two on the outside now for Saul Mendez. Empty backfield. Goes downfield. He's got a man and it falls incomplete. He was trying to connect with Arthur Murphy and the opposite number 3 in coverage that time, Andrew Mosqueda for Yuma.
That time triple coverage on Arthur Murphy. Yes. It wasn't quadruple as it was in the first half, but still triple coverage. Yuma knows how dangerous Arthur Murphy is and how much he lit them up in the first half, especially with that one-handed catch for the touchdown. So they know they've got to account defensively for number 3. Otherwise, he will slice you to pieces.
We approach 8 minutes remaining here in our third quarter. Mendez down the field. Got a receiver. Caught into the end zone for the touchdown. Alex Lara hauling it in there on a little slant route. And we're going to see Lara go to work there in between 2 Yuma defenders. A magnificent play there for Lara. And a score for the Tempe Buffaloes. Touchdown on the field.
Mendez had a needle, an eye of a needle to throw the football to, but he threw it accurately and perfectly to Alex Lara. As you mentioned, between 2 defenders, Lara split those defenders. Great throw from Mendez. Lara catches the football. He gets into the end zone. Excellent execution by the Buffaloes.
On for the PAT now is number 8, Edgar Escobar, the 5'6", 150-pound senior. Snap, hold, kick is up and good. And our score is 21-7. The Tempe Buffaloes leading the Yuma Criminals. As we give you a great overhead look here from high above Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe. We'll get that clock adjusted for you here in just a moment. There is officially 8:05 remaining here in our third quarter. Back to field level we go as the Tempe Buffaloes will kick it away. And now it is paramount for Yuma to get back into this football game here.
Saul Mendez 2 touchdown passes, one to Arthur Murphy in the first half, this one to Alex Lara. Mendez accounting for all 3 touchdowns for Tempe. The rushing touchdowns got them started 7-0 in the first quarter. And then again, the 2 touchdown passes to Murphy and Alex Lara. So Saul Mendez looking very good so far. Last week against Santan Foothills, he had, let me look at his numbers. He had 3 touchdowns last week against Santan Foothills to go with almost 340 yards passing. So Saul Mendez early on in the season, already 3 weeks into the season, he is rounding into form at the quarterback position for Tempe as they're up 14-7 on Yuma as they kick the football off to Yuma. Number 1 gets the ball. He returns to Jose Cardenas. Just a short return before a host of Buffaloes bring him down. Nick Amador and his offense, number 13, QB1, will trot out there and see what they can do on this drive. If they can move the football down, get a little bit closer, get into the end zone, get a score. This is what has been hindering them tonight, the inability to score. Harkening back to those 2 turnovers in the first half that really killed those 2 drives right there. Otherwise, it's possible they could have more than 7 points, and there could be down less than 14 points. But Nick Amador is back in the backfield. He's got his running back in a pistol formation directly behind him, waiting for his offensive line to get set. Exactly 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Amador claps his hands it off to his running back. He takes it off right guard and right tackle, number 2, Shamar Morales. Again, another gang tackle by this Buffalo's defense. They saw Shamar Morales and they snuffed that run out, JP.
They did indeed. Nice job coming up there and laying the lumber for number 20 for Tempe High School. Unfortunately, not on our roster here, but making a fantastic play nonetheless here as we're under 8 minutes remaining in our third quarter.
Needless to say, this is a critical drive for Yuma. If they want to stay in this football game, they've got to move the ball, get into the end zone somehow and get 6 points. They can't just be stuck on 7 and expect to win this football game. You've got to get the ball into the end zone and score more than 7 points, because Tempe has clearly shown that they are able to score more than 7 points because they've got 21. 7 points is not going to win it in high school football. Won't win it here, won't win it to the next level or the level beyond that.
7:46 remaining here in our third quarter. They hand it off. A big head of steam that time for Joaquin Perez, and he plunges his way to that Tempe High logo there at midfield, Ed, and a nice carry there for Yuma.
Very nice carry. Quarterback gets the snap a little bit low, but he hands it off to Perez. Perez with power running off left guard and left tackle. His offensive line again blocking for him very well. Offensive line looking good. Just got to continue to build upon these positive drives, these positive plays inside this drive for Yuma as they are directly smack dab at midfield.
One receiver to each side now, and he runs into an absolute wall, does Joaquin Perez. Absolute dog pile there for Tempe, as that'll be a TFL, a 1-yard loss. They give him forward progress back to the 49-yard line.
Among those in there, number 44, the ATH, Jonathan Washington, and about 3 or 4 others. As you mentioned, he mentioned just swarming to the running back and just bringing him down, not allowing him to get any room, just suffocating him as soon as he gets the handoff.
Second down and 11 here now for Yuma. Play fake. Amador goes to the air, tries to find Shamar Morales there on the edge, and it was just a little bit too tall. And the Tempe Buffalo's defense ready to come in there and clean it up if necessary.
Oh, yeah, pretty much right after the snap, you had a defender from the Buffaloes back there right in Nick Amador's face, forcing him to lob that football and get away. Otherwise, he would have had a sack. So Amador had to get the football away, and it was under duress, and it was an incomplete pass for number 13.
Folks, are you looking for more high school coverage? Then head over to CW7AZ.com. Or you can scan that QR code on your screen right now, and you'll find links for the Friday Night Red Zone, our exclusive Desert Gridiron Game Plan Coaches Show, and you can even watch the pep rally they had here this morning at Tempe High School. Under pressure is Nick Amador. He goes down in the heap that time, courtesy of the Tempe Buffaloes defensive front. What a great job penetrating there, getting off the blocks, and just knifing through there for that Tempe defense. Man, what an effort there. I believe that was number 42 for Tempe. No, make that number 12.
And we don't have him on.
Of course, we don't have him on the roster.
Of course not. But we'd love to give number 12 some love. It may be Jesse Gamboa. I don't know. We've got him on the roster, but we don't have numbers for him.
A 3-yard loss on the play right there. Back deep to receive for Tempe, number 23, Ethan Thomas.
Number 12 was Aaron Williams. JP.
Aaron Williams on that last hunt down there by the Tempe defense. And Thomas is in trouble there at the 5-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress to the 6. But the Buffaloes will start deep in their own territory here, leading 21-7. With 5 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in our third quarter. We'll step aside, take a brief commercial timeout, and return for more third quarter action from Bruce Harper Stadium here in Tempe. Stay with us on Thursday Night Kickoff on Arizona CW7.
Thursday Night Kickoff is sponsored in part by the Spirit Consultants. This is no time for unexpected surprises. Time to get clear. GOW's plumbing experts are there to quickly identify stubborn clogs and get your drains flowing smoothly. GOW. We do things the right way, not the easy way.
What do you think of when you think of Prescott? With all that Prescott has to offer, isn't it great to know that there's one place to go that makes it even more fun? When you think of Prescott, think Buc-ee's Casino. Let's play.
I'm Doug Hopkins, and I still want to buy your house. Other buyers may try to make you an offer without ever coming to see your home. I will never do that. We will make you a fair offer on the spot and will never cancel. That's the Doug Hopkins difference. Go to DougHopkins.com today.
21-7 our score. The Tempe Buffaloes leading the Yuma Criminals with 5 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in our third quarter. We welcome you back to Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe. James Poovey coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, an exciting one here, especially if you're a Tempe Buffaloes fan. And Yuma's got to keep this thing close. They're going to have to strike when they get the football back first, but Tempe's going to start deep in their own territory right here.
Well, first thing is going to start with their defense. They've got to find a stop. As you mentioned, the Buffaloes back in their own territory, deep in their own territory, about the 6-yard line. So the onus is on the defense to make plays right here, get the offense off the field, and then get Nick Amador and that offense back on the field. So defense starts right now if Yuma wants to get back in this football game. You cannot give up another score if you're Yuma's defense.
2-by-2 on the outside now for Saul Mendez near his own goal line. Mm-hmm. He gets the shotgun snap, swings it out to Darion Richardson. Richardson out near the 15-yard line. And a nice gainer gives the Tempe offense a little bit more room to operate here.
Yeah, you see Poindexter and Darion Richardson, both of these guys, when they get out in space, they're so dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Saw the train go by. I was kind of excited.
Union Pacific going by there in the background.
So cool. Sorry, folks, got excited by the train.
Bruce Harper Stadium right near the train tracks here. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Mendez on second and short. They hand it off on a jet sweep to Darion Richardson. Richardson tries to turn the corner there and is brought down by number 2, Shamar Morales for the Yuma Criminals.
Shamar Morales, also Jose Cardenas. It's Cardenas.
Nice job on the play there, rallying to the football. But unfortunately for Yuma, it is a first down now for the Tempe Buffaloes from their own 19-yard line.
You still like to see the physicality for Yuma. Even though they give up the first down, you like to see number 1 and number 2 rally to the football and make that stick.
2 receivers to each side now for Saul Mendez. Poindexter gets the handoff. Up the gut. Across the 25-yard line. Stopped on the play there by number 8, Joaquin Perez, the outside linebacker. Correction, that was a couple of players on the stop there. Shamar Morales. Also 52, Cristobal Simon on the stop there for the Yuma Criminals. 2-by-2 on the outside now. Second down and 5. Mendez back to pass, goes up top, caught at the 30-yard line. And then he is dropped almost immediately right there is Alex Lara.
Let's see if that holds, JP. We got flags right there at the 30-yard line.
Penalty flag on the play. You mentioned it right there, Ed.
2 penalty flags. They picked one of them up.
Personal foul, face mask assessed to Yuma. So that's going to be free yardage there for the Tempe Buffaloes, and more importantly, a first down, and they keep the chains moving.
Yep, 15 free yards for the Buffaloes. They'll go ahead and spot it down there at the 45-yard line. A definite no-no for Yuma. A face mask, a personal foul. At this rate, when you're down 14 in a rapidly moving third quarter, it's already under 4 minutes to go. You've already given Tempe 15 more free yards.
First down and 10 now for the Buffaloes. Mendez rockets it across the 50-yard line, caught by Alex Lara. Stopped on the play there by Yuma's number 18, Isaac Torres.
You know, JP, as dangerous as Arthur Murphy is, it's great that Saul Mendez has another safety valve, another good wide receiver like Alex Lara to throw the football to, because you know that they're going to triple and quadruple team number 3, so you've got to have somebody else to throw the football to, and he's got number 18.
Pump fake. Mendez down the field. This one bounces off the turf and is ruled incomplete.
He was looking for Darion Richardson on that one.
Number 6, Darion Richardson, the intended target. And Yuma right there with great defensive back play as well. There were a lot of white jerseys in the vicinity of that football.
That was good coverage by Yuma.
So this will be a 3rd down and 4 right here. The clock has stopped on the incompletion. 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in our 3rd quarter. Two by one on the outside now for Saul Mendez. Antoine Poindexter in the backfield. Now they're motion Darion Richardson over into a 2-by-1. Poindexter will leak out. Mendez a designed tunnel screen to Arthur Murphy. It's good for a Tempe Buffaloes first down. Stopped on the play there by Marquise Dickinson from Yuma.
Pressure came off both edges, as you see right there. Both edges, both defensive ends converge on the quarterback, but Mendez was able to dump it off to number 3, as you mentioned, Murphy. He gets the yards, and that gets them a first down that moves the chains.
First down and 10, Tempe now from the Yuma 43-yard line.
Nice job by Mendez seeing both of those guys coming at him. So he just dips back a little bit further, gives a little bit more time, hits the ball to Arthur Murphy, and Murphy gets the rest. He gets the first down.
2.5 minutes remaining here in our 3rd quarter. Handoff. Poindexter bounces it outside, turns the corner across the 35-yard line. Forced out of bounds by Andrew Mosqueda, but not before a huge gainer, and another Tempe Buffaloes almost first down, a gain of 8 on the play.
Look at Mosqueda. He's got his jersey right in the back, but still, Poindexter is still running, even though he's got a defender that's got his jersey clean in the back. Yep. Wow. Great run there by number 4.
He is slippery, especially if he's able to get to that edge and turn that corner.
Number 4 and number 6 running the ball really well for Tempe, Poindexter and Richardson.
2nd down and 2 here. 2 receivers to each side now for Saul Mendez. Poindexter flanked to his right. He claps the hands. Fakes the give to Richardson. He's under pressure. Saul Mendez in the grasp, and he goes down for the sack. A nice job in pursuit there by big number 77. Watch him turn the corner here, Ed. David Argamanes. And watch this pressure.
Boy, number 77 just blasted through that offensive line, didn't he? Just came straight for the quarterback. He got through his assignment, getting around that offensive line, and got right to the quarterback. That was his main goal, to get through the O-line and get to that quarterback, and he brought number 17 down. Outstanding individual effort by 7-7.
A loss of 7 on the play. 3rd down and 9 now here, as we're under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Stacked twins to each side now for Saul Mendez. Poindexter in the backfield. Mendez, quick hitter, outside, caught, across the 40. Shoved out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Xavier Medina on the reception, and the 6-foot, 175-pound freshman looking good right there for the Buffaloes.
Looking really good. It's a little swing pass out there in the flat. Number 9 takes it and does the rest. Medina.
Some of that yak right there, Ed. Yards after the catch.
Yards after the catch.
Ball at the 35-yard line. The Buffaloes will keep the offense on the field here.
90 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. They're up 14, looking for more.
3 by 1 on the outside now for Saul Mendez. A minute and a half remaining here in the 3rd. Claps the hands, looks to throw. Goes far side. Caught inside the 30-yard line. Shakes the tackler, still on his feet. Going forward across the 25-yard line, and an unbelievable reception, and then more yards after the catch there for Xavier Medina. Man.
Boy, these guys will just not go down, right? They catch the football, and they just want more yards. They're hungry for yards. They're just determined to keep moving the football down the field and get as many yards as possible. Great effort by Xavier Medina. to catch the football, knowing he's going to get all the attention from the defense because he's got the football, but he still fights for extra yards.
3-by-1 on the outside now for Mendez on 1st down and 10 from the Yuma 23. Under a minute to play here in the 3rd. Yuma shows blitz. Now they back off. Now they show again. Poindexter flares out. Mendez goes to the air. He's got a target. Arthur Murphy high points the football and brings it down at the 2-yard line. 3-on-3 right there as Andrew Mosqueda was in coverage, but no match that time for Arthur Murphy.
That is one-on-one coverage. That's a 50-50 ball. Who's going to get it, the wide receiver or the defensive back? That's all Arthur Murphy right there going up against Andrew Mosqueda. It's Murphy. He's, as you mentioned, high points. He gets up in the air, extends his arms, uses that 6-foot, 228-pound frame to bring the football in. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
The Buffaloes trying to exert their will here on this drive. Saul Mendez has the offense 1st and goal from the 2. One receiver to each side now. Double tight here for Tempe. They hand it off. Poindexter tries to bounce it outside, and who else but Joaquin Perez says, not on my watch. Outstanding penetration.
Yeah, there's nowhere Poindexter could have went to because Joaquin Perez is there, Shamar Morales is there. Who else is there? Number 9, Jaden Anderson is there.
They had about 15 guys on that right there. We've reached the end of our 3rd quarter. The Tempe Buffaloes leading the Yuma Criminals by the score of 21-7. Stay with us. 4th quarter action coming up next from Bruce Harper Stadium here in Tempe. You're watching Thursday Night Kickoff on Arizona CW7. 1 more quarter to go.
The biggest chain of mattress stores is now bankrupt. Mattress makers go 84% off. The best heirloom ever. $18,000 for Hollywood and the White House, under $3. $3,500 Serta Arctic, $799. $2,500 Eye Comforts and Perfect Sleepers. Any size, $599. Molecule Sleep of Champions. Famous Beauty Rests, $399. Even every Tempur-Pedic and their highest tech body sensing smart beds. Free adjustables, free delivery. Big bankruptcy makes big mattress makers 84% off at the dump.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
12 more minutes to go here in the 4th quarter out here in Tempe. Tempe's up 21-7 on Yuma. Let's throw it down to Parker Garash, our sideline reporter. Parker, Tempe, if they score right here, it's going to be a lot tougher for Yuma to come back if they're down 21 points. So this behooves Yuma. It's big for their defense to get a stop right here.
Back to you guys.
Back to live action. Saul Mendez takes a sack. Pressure right there applied by the Yuma Criminals defensive line. And a number of players in there in white jerseys. That among those guys, Eric Torres, and then you saw David Argamani's also in there providing pressure for Yuma.
Along with those 2 young men, number 4, Elijah Rattler was also back there. The strong safety and free safety was back there. So it took 3 or 4 guys to get to Saul Mendez. Those guys, again, they just swarm to the quarterback. They get number 17. They know, again, this is a critical drive for them. They've got to be able to get a stop for Tempe and get the football back. They cannot afford to give up one more score.
2 receivers to each side now for Saul Mendez on 3rd down and goal here. Antoine Poindexter in the backfield. The snap. He looks downfield, goes downfield. It falls incomplete. His intended target was Xavier Medina. And that one just short hop right there to the freshman.
Yeah, short hop too low for Xavier Medina to pull in. Mendez claps his hands, got time, throws the ball just too low for Medina to hit.
4th down now here. It looks like Tempe will keep the offense on the field here as Saul Mendez trots on with the play call.
This will be huge for Yuma if they can get a stop here on 4th and 16 and get their offense back on the field.
They're going to have to get the stop right here and try to get out of this with no points for the Buffaloes if possible for Yuma.
Yep. Plain and simple. They got to get a stop here on 4th down.
3-by-1 on the outside now for Saul Mendez. Antoine Poindexter flanked to his right. Mendez wasn't expecting the snap. Looks to throw. He's under pressure. He goes down to the backfield. Sacked on the play. Number 53 on the hunt there for Yuma. And what a great job running the hoop there, as we say, by Eric Torres, the senior, bearing down on the quarterback.
He just got around the defense, got around that offensive line, got around that block, and he was determined, along with number 77, David Argamanis, to get to the quarterback, and both of those guys got to him, brought the quarterback down. 4th and 16. Yuma's got life again.
Just like that, a turnover on downs. It's Yuma Criminals football just inside our 4th quarter of action here. 10 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in our 4th.
There's time to go, but Yuma's got to move the football down the field, get into the end zone. Good stop on defense. Now it's on the offense to respond in kind.
Back to work. This Yuma offense goes now. Nick Amador in the shotgun. He gets the call. Looks downfield. Rolls out to his right. Directs traffic. He's under pressure. And Amador has to throw it away. He's outside the pocket, so there shouldn't be any intentional grounding. And a pretty heady play right there for Nick Amador.
That's excellent coverage there by the defense. Excellent coverage by Tempe. All their wide receivers were covered. That's why Amador had all that time to dance around and move around in the pocket to try to wait for a wide receiver to get open. But Tempe's defensive backs, they were blanketing every single wide receiver Yuma had. So Amador had no recourse but to roll out and throw the football away.
So this will be 2nd down and 10 now after the incompletion, as we get you the great-looking drone shot right there high above Bruce Harper Stadium. So a penalty apparently on the play there. It backs the Yuma Criminals up to their own 7-yard line. So Nick Amador now with a little bit more of a challenge here deep in his own end. 2nd down and Tonopah right here. They hand it off. On the scamper, room to run, lowering the headgear there at the 20-yard line. That is Joaquin Perez. And a full-grown man play right there by number 8.
That's a good way to get some chunk plays back off of that 2nd and 20. Hand it off to Joaquin Perez, and he goes, man, so strong. Such a strong piece of running. He just... Bolo just runs over defenders, and he's just going to get as many yards again as possible at the 21-yard line.
And I got to note the ball security right there by Joaquin Perez.
Yep.
High and tight, baby.
Yep.
That's where you want that thing.
You saw him lock that football, and he was not going to turn that off.
That thing was not coming out. So now it's 3rd down and 11 right here. Amador hands it off to the corner, breaking a tackle. Out across the 25-yard line goes Joaquin Perez, and another nice run, this time to the left side for Perez. And he just almost bounces off that first tackler. And then finally, number 23, Ethan Thomas, able to wrestle him to the turf. 4th down and 4 right here. As we approach 9 minutes remaining in regulation. Yuma breaks the huddle. 2-by-1 on the outside now. Make it 2-by-2 here. An empty backfield once again for Nick Amador. And now they'll motion once again Joaquin Perez into the backfield. 4th and 4. They'll go for it here, trailing 21-7. Movement up front. Were they drawn off? Or was it offsides or possibly encroachment, Ed? I think it might have been a full start here on Yuma. We will see.
Yeah, let's see.
Our AIA officiating crew will give us the official verdict. Dead ball foul offsides assessed to Tempe. So that's going to give the Yuma Criminals a first down now.
I did see number 22, defensive lineman Jesse Gamboa. He's one of the ones that jumped. So maybe they got him on that infraction. Honestly, I didn't see anybody from the offensive line for Yuma move, so their discipline was set. But Gamboa's was not. He lost his focus right there.
Ball at the 33-yard line of Yuma.
That drone shot is so awesome.
Fantastic.
Great job, Seth.
Special shout out to Seth Regman running our drone here tonight for Thursday night kickoff. A low snap, play fake. Amador rolls out. A little design quarterback keeper, I believe, right there, Ed, on a little sort of a naked bootleg, we'd call that back in the day.
Yeah.
He scrambles for a couple of yards. He's going to pick up, believe it or not, 4 yards on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 6 right here.
Hey, on that kind of play, if you can get 4 yards, that's better than no yards or a 4-yard loss.
Nice job there by Amador making something out of nothing.
Yep. Especially you got a defensive lineman coming behind you. Jesse Gamboa, number 22, is just, he's after the quarterback. He's running after him, and the quarterback's trying to get away from him.
2 by 1 on the outside now here for Nick Amador. 2nd down and 6. Shotgun snap, play fake, pressure comes. He takes a hit, downfield, it's caught across the 40, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Yuma. Number 3 on the reception, Andrew Mosqueda. An absolutely amazing play right there. Unbelievable job.
66 yards from Amador to Mosqueda. What a great play. Amador sits back in the pocket. He's got pressure coming after him, but he's still able to get the ball, throw the football up. Mosqueda, he's in between 2 defenders. He catches the football, and he just goes down the field, hits those afterburners, hits that speed boost, and just into the end zone. Great play from 13 to 3.
Tempe Buffaloes now leading 21-13 here with the PAT pending. 7:34 remaining in our 4th quarter as Joaquin Perez on for the PAT. Yuma not going away quietly here, Ed. The snap, the hold, the kick is up and good. Our score was 7:34 remaining here in our 4th quarter. Tempe 21 and Yuma 14. And we'll take a brief commercial timeout and return for more Thursday night kickoff here on Arizona CW7. You're watching right here from Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Thursday night kickoff is sponsored in part by Thomas Law Group.
Replacement by Pella is the right choice. We back our products and installation, unlike other window companies.
Pella has the highest quality windows that are tested to protect against extreme weather so they can handle my family and
help keep my home quiet. Yes, and they're backed by some of the best product and installation warranties.
Pella is the only thing in this house I don't have to worry about.
Save on replacement windows by Pella now. But hurry, our sale ends soon.
You know, in the time it took me to get this coffee, there was most likely a serious car accident here in the Valley. I'm attorney Fred Thomas. I grew up in the Valley. I've been helping injured people in the Valley for almost 20 years.
If you're injured, contact an attorney that, like you, calls the Valley home. And, like with so many others, will get you the compensation for your pain.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, call me, and I'll get you the compensation you deserve.
If you're injured, call Thomas Law.
We welcome you back to Thursday night kickoff here on Arizona CW7. Special shout out to our public address announcer tonight, doing a magnificent job himself here, keeping the fans appointed on all the information necessary here inside the Bruce Harper Memorial Stadium. Let's get you that Student Athlete of the Week, presented by Thomas Law. Thomas Law, a personal injury law firm, making law personal. Ed, tell him who is the student athlete of the week from Tempe High School.
And for the Tempe Buffaloes, it is Felipe Acosta Dominguez. He is a senior, plays football, soccer, and baseball. Three-sport young man. GPA of 3.0. He's a wide receiver / defensive back for this Buffaloes football team. Honors. He's in the Tempe High Ambassadors program. This young man is excelling and achieving his future. He's undecided, but this young man is so talented at whatever he does, whatever he decides to do for his future, he's going to do great things. So congratulations, Felipe, on being the Arizona CW7 Student Athlete of the Week for Tempe High School.
Special congratulations once again to Felipe Acosta Dominguez. We talked about him with Coach Sean Freeman on this past week's Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Make sure you catch that every week live on Tuesday night starting at 8 p.m. on the Epic Sports Network on Twitter, and then you can find it on demand the next day on CW7AZ.com.
Absolutely. You know why we got to, let's talk about that. Looking for more high school coverage that we just talked about? Head on over to CW7AZ.com. Look at that big QR code on your screen, folks. Get your iPhone, get your Android, get your iPad out. Scan that thing with the big football on the screen now. You'll get links for our Friday Night Red Zone we just talked about, the exclusive coaches show, the pep rally they had here at Tempe High School, the upcoming schedules. We got some great games for you for the next 8 weeks or so and more. It's all there. So scan that QR code. It'll tell you all you need to know.
Ed, can you believe this is already week 3? Slow the season down, will you? Poindexter on the return, threw some traffic out to the 30-yard line and brought down there by a host of Yuma players on special teams. But a pretty nice return there for Poindexter, and the Tempe Buffalo is going to have good field position here. I believe they'll give them the 31-yard line to start this drive.
But Uncle Mo is in Yuma side right now with that 66-yard bomb from Nick Amador to Andrew Mosqueda.
Gentlemen, start your engines and strap yourself in as NASCAR Xfinity comes to CW7 Arizona. Starting September 20th, we're bringing you every NASCAR Xfinity Series race, including the championship that happens right here in the West Valley over at Phoenix International Raceway. CW7, your new home for NASCAR, coming this fall.
You and I are getting out the PIR.
Yeah, we got to do that.
We're taking Sonia, we're taking Steven, we're taking everybody out there.
We got to do that. Poindexter through the traffic out near the 35-yard line. Stopped on the play there by number 77, David Argamanis. And great job once again there by 77. He's having himself a whale of a football game.
Yes, he has, especially in the second half. 77's coming up big for Yuma, and he's going to have to continue to come up big if they want to get stops and they want to get back in this football game. They tightened it up with that 66-yard bomb offensively, so now the defense has got to step up and do their part.
One of those solo tackles right there for big 77. A gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6 now as we're under 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Handoff. Poindexter near the 35-yard line. Then he's driven back there by Shamar Morales. And a nice job rallying to the football there by Yuma. Also went on the stop, Elijah Rattler.
For Tempe, it's all about moving the football and converting. When it comes to third down, you've got to continue to convert and keep the clock moving. You can't turn the football over. And for Yuma, you've got to find a way to get stops, possibly turn the football over. You're down 7. You've got to find a way to get the ball back in your offense's hands and possibly get a score and tie this thing up. You've got time. You've got 6 minutes and 17 seconds. The clock continues to run, but there is time left for Yuma.
Stack Twins east side now for Saul Mendez. Swing pass complete across the 40-yard line. Number 9, Jaden Anderson, written out of bounds there, or correction, that is number 9, Xavier Medina, written out of bounds by Shamar Morales. And a nice connection there for the Buffaloes. And that's good for a Tempe first down. They'll keep the chains moving here as we approach 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth.
Once again, a beautiful drone shot. You only get this on the CW7 Arizona, folks.
2 receivers to each side now for Saul Mendez and the Tempe Buffaloes offense. Antoine Poindexter in the backfield. They'll motion Demarion Richardson across the formation. Poindexter on the camper across the 45-yard line. And Antoine Poindexter, room to run there off the left-hand side.
Yeah, he's got room. He's looking for more room. He's got space. Look at his offensive line creating the holes, getting that space that number 4 can move through, and he's using his God-given ability.
Well, I haven't been able to get that young man's number all night long, Ed, because of that.
What is his number? His hair.
That hair he's rocking out there.
The 75? Is that Hayden? Hayden Anu. That's Hayden Anu.
I wanted to give him some love on that excellent seal block there that time.
Yeah, great hair, too.
Mendez goes to the air. He's got Murphy. It's too tall. Falls incomplete. Andrew Mosqueda in coverage that time for Yuma. And that was very close to the reception there for Arthur Murphy.
That was on Murphy's fingertips, but number 3, Mosqueda, was right there with him. Oh, my gosh. Murphy had that. Oh, he could have had that. Just not in the fingertips. Not able to pull that football in. Good throw by Mendez.
So close, but yet so far,
yep.
As they say.
Yep.
I believe there was a penalty flag on the play, so it looks like they're going to mark off some additional yardage here for Tempe. And that one's going to go against Yuma. I didn't see exactly what the infraction was there, but regardless, it'll be yet another first down here for the Buffaloes into plus territory at the Yuma 38-yard line.
Under 5 minutes to go, 4:46 exact, as Tempe's holding on to a 7-point lead, looking for more.
2-by-2 on the outside now. Mendez claps the hands, gives it off to Poindexter. He gets to the edge in a hurry. Inside a block from Richardson. Ball's on the carpet. And it looks like Yuma has it, and they do. We'll wait for the official ruling here, but it certainly looks like there was a white jersey on top of that football, and indeed, the Yuma Criminals have recovered the football.
Shamar Morales was in there. He punched the football away from the running back Antoine Poindexter.
Joaquin Perez recovers the ball, loose football there for Yuma. And I tell you what, 4.5 minutes remaining here. This is still anyone's football.
Isn't that what we said? You've got to be opportunistic on defense. You've got to get in there and force turnovers, force stops, and that's exactly what they did. Great job by Shamar Morales to get in there, knock the football away from Poindexter. Perez gets the football. Now their offense is back on the field. 4:38 to go. They're down 7.
It's time we start talking about regulation and maybe even overtime here in this one, Ed. Who knows?
Who knows?
Back to pass. Down the field. It's dropped by Andrew Mosqueda as Nick Amador tries to get it down the field right there. And unfortunately not able to complete the football. So the incompletion will stop the clock with 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here. The ball at the Yuma 31-yard line. I like the fact they're taking a shot here trying to get this thing tied up.
Me too.
That's what it's going to take, right?
Yeah, but if you're Yuma, your wide receiver has to catch those footballs. You're in crunch time, 4:35 to go. You're down 7. Mosqueda's got to catch that football over the middle.
One receiver to each side now for Nick Amador on 2nd down and 10. They hand it off. Shamar Morales breaks a tackle on the outside, and then he goes down a shoestring stop on the edge there from number 20 for Tempe. A gain of 1 on the play out to the Yuma 32-yard line.
That's a solid open field tackle by number 20, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You're going one-on-one with the running back. You're going up against Morales. Morales is trying to bump himself out to the outside and get more yards, but still you come up, you get to the running back, and you bring him down with a great one-on-one tackle, great open field tackle by number 20. That's how you bring a running back down, get his legs, and he falls to the ground.
We'll give you the overhead look here on this 2nd down and long through the defense. Power running there, courtesy of Joaquin Perez. And I tell you what, looks like a Mack truck hitting the line of scrimmage right there. Joaquin Perez bounces through 2 Tempe Buffaloes on his way near the 40-yard line.
My goodness. Wow. That's an 18-wheeler coming through that line right there.
What a powerful run there from Joaquin Perez.
Joaquin Perez is having a great second half as well.
Absolutely right.
Young man is showing up for Yuma tonight.
That's going to be a first down now for Yuma.
Clock continues to run, 3:20 to go.
They hand it off. Joaquin Perez one more time out the right-hand side. He eludes tacklers there on his way to the sideline. And essentially a great run and then a free timeout there for Yuma as the clock will stop with just over 3 minutes and change remaining here in our 4th quarter.
Okay, Tempe, what are you going to do on defense? Who's going to be your momentum killer? Who's going to come up and stop Yuma because they've got the momentum? Joaquin Perez in this offense, they are rolling right now, coming off that turnover from Tempe. They're feeling really good about themselves. They're feeling confident that they can go down here and potentially tie this game up.
There is no doubt that Uncle Mo is wearing a Yuma white jersey right now here. Ball at the Tempe 48-yard line.
Under 3 minutes to go here, folks. 2:55 and counting.
Clock is stopped with 2:53, actually, so we get that fixed there on the scorebook for you. And they run the clock now. First down and 10, Yuma. They hand it off. Shamar Morales on the carry. Nice job getting out to the right-hand side there. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 8 here. After we show you another look right there. Shamar Morales gets almost to the edge. 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining here in our fourth quarter.
I don't know if you saw that, but it looked like Morales is trying to hand the football off to one of his brothers when he was in trouble. I think it was Kane Horta Herbalejo, the running back. He was trying to hand the football off, but that didn't work.
Little pitchy woo-woo, right?
Little pitch. He's like, I'm in trouble. Brother, take this football from me and see if you can get some yards.
Don't forget, after tonight's game, stay tuned to CW7 Prime for Penn and Teller Fool Us, featuring a magical evening filled with laughs. As we like to say on Arizona, CW7, it's all good. Great shot from field level down there. The fans, the band, the cheer squad having a great time. And Tempe right now leading 21-14, but still anybody's ball game. And don't forget to stay with us following tonight's football game for the postgame report, as Parker Garash, our sideline reporter, will have our player of the game. This game presented locally by the Spirit Consultants. Great to have them on board here on Thursday night kickoff. A proud supporter of high school football here on CW7 Arizona.
Yeah, the Spirit Consultants, Arizona's official cheer and dance instructional company. Guys, check out the Spirit Consultants. If you want to learn how to cheer and dance, they got you.
First and long now, as Amador climbs the pocket, runs toward the sideline, smartly getting out of bounds on the far side over there, ran out by number 23, Ethan Thomas. And a nice scamper there for Nick Amador.
It's good to have a scrambling quarterback that can scramble and move like that when the pocket breaks down and the pressure's on him. He can scoot and scamper and get those yards. Great job by number 13 getting away from that pressure, avoiding that pressure, and getting some yards. As you mentioned, smartly getting out of bounds, stopping the clock with 2:29 to go.
Second down and 9 here now. 2 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in our fourth quarter. One receiver to each side now for Nick Amador. Claps the hands. He'll hand it off. Perez toward the perimeter right there. Joaquin Perez on the scamper for Yuma. And stopped by a host of Tempe High School defenders there. A gain of 1 on the play brings up a third down and 8 now.
Get a good look at the Tempe sideline, the coaching staff, the brain trust for the Buffaloes. All they can do is sit there. They can call plays and just let their players play this thing out.
Under 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Obviously no 2-minute warning in high school football. There you saw Coach Vonnie Davis calling out that defense. 2-by-2 on the outside for Amador. Pressure comes. Tunnel screen. It's caught. 40. Inside the 35. 30.
Oh.
And up around the headgear, here comes a penalty flag.
Yeah, they'll get
Elijah Rattler on the reception there, and we're going to see him elude defenders all the way to the sideline.
Yeah, they'll get a horse collar on that one, but great change of direction for Elijah Rattler once he gets the football. Yeah, that's a clear horse collar right there. You can't do that if you're Isaiah Smith Muhammad. You can't grab him by his jersey that high up around the helmet and the neck area.
That's going to be free yardage here for the Yuma Criminals when they assess the penalty here in a moment. They pick up the flag.
Waving. Oh, they're picking it up. Okay.
All right, so maybe they say he got him on the shoulder pad there instead of the inside the shirt collar, necessitating that horse collar tackle there, made famous by a former Cowboys defensive back who used to do that all the time, Ed. Remember number 31 for the Cowboys. I remember his number, but the name escapes me right now. He was the one that really got that thing started. Amador now hands it off. Far side, it's Shamar Morales, excuse me, on the scamper. And a nice job out the right-hand side there for Morales. Another look at it here from our main camera.
Was it Roy Williams?
Roy Williams.
It was Roy
That's
Williams.
Exactly right.
Yep.
Roy Williams was the one that I believe initiated that horse collar tackle rule, because he used to love to get guys right up around the back of those, and he would just drag them
he
down.
would ride them down. That's right.
Slam them down to the turf.
But he was great, though. He was great for the Cowboys.
Fantastic player out of the University of Oklahoma, I believe. Boomer Sooner. 2-by-1 on the outside now. Amador hands it off. Joaquin Perez up the gut. Cuts it back inside and burrows his way near the 10-yard line. Nice run there by Joaquin Perez. You see him cut inside that block and get just a few more yards there, ever closer to the end zone.
Kind of a mini counter play. You thought Perez was going to cut up, then he just quickly cut back to his right. Nice run there by Perez. Nice, powerful, locomotive type run off right guard and right tackle, just following his blockers. He's trying to get out to the outside, get some yards with 51 seconds to go. We look at Coach Sean Freeman. He's like, he wants some clarification. Well, he's talking to his players.
It's all about alignment and assignment right there, Ed. And it looks like somebody might have been out of position there for Coach Freeman in that defense. But
having a conversation with number 22, Jesse Gamboa, the defensive lineman.
No doubt he'll get him coached up right there.
Oh, yeah.
And a timeout on the field.
Assignment football is paramount right now. 51 seconds to go. You're hemorrhaging right now. If you're Tempe, you've got to find a way to seal those wounds up defensively, because Yuma they're cutting you, they're slicing you.
Yeah, they're down close here, and this is going to be the ball game. 51 seconds remaining here in regulation, folks. And we very well could be headed to overtime if the Yuma Criminals able to punch it in here and get that ever-important PAT. We talk about the importance of special teams, Ed. It could come down to special teams right here.
Yep.
Second down and 5 now. 51 seconds remaining here in regulation. Amador drops back. Looks downfield, rolls out to his right, directs traffic, under pressure, has to throw it away. Pressure applied by Tempe's 22, Omari Bradley, and the sophomore doing a great job right there. Flat down the line of scrimmage, and great pursuit angle there taken by 22. Third down and 5 now.
We talk about it week after week. Third down. Who can convert on third downs? This is the biggest third down clearly for Yuma tonight. 5 yards to go. Can they convert and keep this drive alive? Can they get in the end zone? Can they get 5 or 6 yards and make it a first and goal situation? But they need to convert here. Obviously, 4-down territory if they don't.
It is getting tense out here right now. Double tight ends here for Yuma on third down and 5. Up the gut. Up near the 10-yard line there, are not going to have the first down. They're going to be stopped about 1.5 yards shy. And a great job on defense there by Tempe. That's what you want to see if you're Coach Freeman. Hats rallying to the football.
Yep. That's really good team tackling, good team defense right there. Seeing the running back go straight up the middle. Everybody just runs right to the running back and brings him down. Interesting call
on the field.
Interesting call on 3rd and 5. A straight run play right up the middle.
Well, they had that double tight end set in there. They brought the big boys in trying to. It's really a numbers game at that point to see how many guys we got to block and how many guys we got to block them with. As you see, Coach Vonnie Davis right there, former coach at IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, and he's brought his football knowledge here to Tempe, and he's really done a great job here for this Buffalo.
So far, that knowledge is paying off. Look at that defense. Look what they did on that 3rd and 5. As everybody, as you mentioned, just came to the football and brought the running back down on that 3rd and 5 play.
Tonight's coverage is being brought to you in part by Next Care Urgent Care, sponsors of Thursday Night Kickoff here on Arizona CW7, and as well, they also take care of the Next Care Urgent Care health tip that we bring you every halftime. So great stuff there from the folks at Next Care Urgent Care, a proud supporter of high school football here in the Grand Canyon State. 4th down and 2. It all comes down to this. Nick Amador in the backfield. One receiver to each side now for number 13. Checks the play at the line of scrimmage. Play fake. He rolls out to his right. Bootleg. Directs traffic. Goes to the air. In the back of the end zone. Armando Mosqueda catches it for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Mosqueda right there hauls it into the back of the end zone. And what else can you say about number 3 and his prowess there, able to get up there and high point that football in the middle of 2 Tempe defenders?
Yeah, outstanding extension by Mosqueda to get the football. Amador, he rolls to his right. He's directing traffic. He's telling his wide receiver, I'm going to you. I'm going to number 3. He continues to move to his right as far as he can go before he gets to the out of bounds, and he just lofts the football up, and it's up to Mosqueda to bring the football in with double coverage guys draped over him, and he still brought it in for the touchdown.
The officials you can see right there on your screen conferring. And now we have a penalty flag that's come out here.
Okay.
So we're going to stay on our field level camera. The touchdown is good.
Yep, it's good.
And it could be a little bit of, as we say, extracurricular activity after the touchdown. So now, Ed, it's going to come down to this. That PAT has got to go through those uprights here if Yuma wants to continue this football game.
Yes, it does. Joaquin Perez has got to come out here, trot out here, and knock this extra point down if they want to tie this football game up and potentially send it to overtime.
What a great game here in the 3A. Looking forward to this one all during the offseason, and it has lived up to the billing.
29.8 to go.
Oh, man.
Yuma gets a turnover, and they drive down the field. They take as much time as they need, and Amador just rolls out and hits Mosqueda for a touchdown. Wow, can you ask for more on TNF?
You cannot ask for more here on Thursday Night Kickoff. We're so glad you joined us here on CW7 Arizona. Don't forget, next week we go west side. We're out at Deer Valley High School as the Greenway Demons battle.
They're going for 2, JP.
The Deer Valley Skyhawks. They are going for 2. Now there's a timeout on the field called by Yuma.
Maybe they thought otherwise. Wait a minute. They lined up for 2, right, Steven?
Folks, let's talk about next week. We got the Deer Valley Skyhawks hosting the Greenway Demons, our first trip out to Deer Valley, and that is a 4A matchup. I'm excited for that one. We'll be on the air right here on Arizona CW7 at 6:30 p.m. for the pregame show, and kickoff is set for 7 next Thursday out there off of Union Hills.
That'll
nice
be great.
And close to the house, by the way.
Yes, I love it. That'll be great. We'll also be able to talk to the head coaches for both of these football teams on the Desert Gridiron game plan on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Tell them about that.
Absolutely right. Make sure and check in with us on Tuesday nights. We're live on the Epic Sports Network on YouTube. At 8 p.m., we feature the matchup that we have that coming week on Thursday Night Kickoff, and then we also have a preview of another outstanding matchup coming your way on Friday night. And speaking of Friday night, you can catch the Friday Night Red Zone, the Desert Gridiron game plan, schedules, the live stream link, everything you need to get all the high school football information you can handle right there if you scan that QR code and head over to CW7AZ.com. Look for that sports tab.
Oh, man, they're going for
it right here on the 2-point conversion. Yuma's going to try to win it here with 29 seconds remaining in the ball game.
This is what I'm talking about.
My goodness.
This is what I'm talking about. Go for the win.
Nick Amador in the backfield now for Yuma. He's in the shotgun. Gets the snap. They hand it off. Up the gut. He stopped short of the goal line. Shamar Morales was on the carry, and the Yuma Criminals not able to punch it in there on the Tempe Buffaloes. Wow.
Talk about rolling the dice. Coach Mosqueda, he rolled the dice big time. He wanted to go for the walk-off win with 30 seconds to go. He said, I'm going for 2. I want us to get on the bus and go home victors. But Tempe's defense came up huge. Shamar Morales had no way, no how he was getting to the end zone. They stacked the defense, and they brought Morales down far short of a 2-point conversion. Great defense. I like the play call for Yuma. I love the moxie that the coach said, I'm going for 2. I'm going for it all.
21-20 our score, 29 seconds remaining here in the fourth. We'll step aside, take a brief timeout, and return to wrap up the fourth quarter here from Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe. Stay with us.
Oh, we're staying here?
Oh, we're keeping it right here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
All right. Well, you thought last year's game was close, Ed. You can only get one closer, and we've done that here tonight, 21-20. Tempe looks like they might get out of here with a win.
Possibly. You still got 30 seconds to go. Anything could happen with 29.8 to go, but you got to give your hat to Yuma. Nick Amador takes his guys down the field. He hits Andrew Mosqueda in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. They say, I'm going for 2. I want to win this thing, and we want to walk it off. But Tempe stood strong defensively. They stopped Shamar Morales, and this is the way things go. You make decisions, and you live and die with them.
Stay with us, folks, for the post-game show. It'll be a brief post-game show who's going quite long here, but we will be joined by the player of the game tonight. In this one, he'll be talking with our sideline reporter, Mr. Parker Garash, following the conclusion of this ball game here. A little on-sider there, and Tempe is going to field that near the 35-yard line. And no doubt, I would imagine Coach Freeman is just going to take a knee right here and go to the locker room with the first victory of 2024. What a game here from Bruce Harper Stadium.
And I'm sure in about 29.2 seconds to go, if they do hold on, if something crazy doesn't happen, they will get their first victory of the season. That'll feel good for Coach Freeman and the Buffaloes should they hold on for the last 29.2.
our score, 29 seconds remaining here, and you can see that the Tempe Buffaloes are in the best formation in football, the victory formation, Ed. Made famous by one Mr. Herm Edwards back in the day for the New York Jets. Former Arizona State Sun Devils coach. And the clock is now running here. And don't forget to stay with us following the conclusion of tonight's ball game. And we're just about done with things here from Bruce Harper Stadium in Tempe. As the last few seconds will tick off the clock, our final score, the Tempe Buffaloes 21 and the Yuma Criminals 20. Make sure and stay with us. We'll have the player of the game. Ed, tell them who that is.
That it will be number 17, QB1 for Tempe, Saul Mendez. He is our QB1. He's our player of the game for the victory tonight. Great win by Tempe, 21-20, a nail-biter over Yuma.
We'll step aside, take a brief commercial timeout, come back here and wrap it up and visit with that player of the game. Back Saul Mendez from the Tempe Buffaloes. Stay with us. We'll be right back with a post-game report right after this on CW7 Arizona.
Across the green desert to where the mountains touch the sky. This is Sanderson Ford Country, where Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford Country, built on serving you. Sanderson Ford satisfaction. Where Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford.
Hey! You in a wreck? Call Rappy. What? Call Rappy. Who? Call Rappy.
Thank you for calling Rappy Law Group. How can I help you?
Just like a friend, we got your back.
Raffi Law Group Accident Attorney, 623-388-4333.
Back to Tempe High School, a fantastic 3A matchup here between the Yuma Criminals and the Tempe Buffaloes. Our final score, Tempe 21 and Yuma 20. Ed, what a knockdown, drag-out fight it was here. Let's send it down to field level where our sideline reporter, Mr. Parker Garash, is standing by with head coach Sean Freeman and our player of the game, quarterback Saul Mendez. Take it away, Parker.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Freeman and Saul Mendez, player of the game, and of course the coach for the Tempe Buffaloes. Coach, I want to talk to you first. Crazy play at the end of the game with 30 seconds left. You guys are able to get the stop on defense. Talk about the emotion with the first win of the season, the home opener, and being able to get the dub tonight.
I mean, whatever we want it, it's a knockdown, drag-out fight. That's what I expect you to bring, way to get the first win.
So I want to go to you now. Your coach talked very highly of you when we talked to him on Tuesday, just about the type of player you are, the person you are, and being able to step up since your freshman year. What was it like tonight, home opener, getting the win for you against a very tough team in Yuma?
I think the crowd just, boosted us.
having everybody come out here, home opener is always, way to go. We were just excited to come out here and just showcase everything.
And, Coach, one last thing for you. First win, of course, I'm sure the feelings are great. The locker room's going to be great. But what can we expect from the Buffaloes for the rest of the season?
It's ground and pound time. We got to go back to work. We got to clean up a lot of stuff not clean up. But expect more wins.
Appreciate the time, guys. Great job, and we'll see you soon. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Great game here tonight for the Tempe Buffaloes. They get the win over the Yuma Criminals by the score of 21-20. Stay with us. We'll take a quick commercial timeout and wrap it up from Bruce Harper Stadium here in Tempe. Our final Tempe 21, Yuma 20 in a knockdown, drag-out fight here tonight on Thursday Night Kickoff. We'll be right back.
Hurt in a wreck? The insurance company is going to offer you a little check. We turn low offers into big checks.
Hurt in a wreck? You need a real check? Make one call, that's all.
Murder and rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
So, what do we think about the new Tacoma? Lumberjack?
It's a keeper.
Interesting. Ranch hand?
I reckon I'd trade my horse for one.
Nice. Bigfoot? It's true. A lot of leg room. Great point. Thanks, you guys.
Pat?
Let's do it.
The all-new Tacoma. It passes the rugged test. Toyota. Let's go places.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Lerner and Rowe. Get your check. Get Lerner and Rowe.
I was in a wreck. I need a check. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Get smart. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tempe High School, the Tempe Buffaloes once again getting the victory tonight, 21-20, their first win of the season over the Yuma Criminals. We encourage you to stay with us following the game and following the post-game show here tonight for CW7 Prime, featuring a magical evening filled with laughs on Penn and Teller Fool Us, coming up right after we sign off here in just a moment on Arizona CW7. And as we always say, it is all good. Don't forget to join us next Thursday night as we'll head to the northwest side, I should say, and we'll have the Greenway Demons against the Deer Valley Skyhawks. Our first visit to Deer Valley High School will be on the air next Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. for our pregame show, and we're kickoff at 7 p.m. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight for Thursday Night Kickoff on Arizona CW7. For Ed Cole, I'm James Poovey, and our outstanding broadcast crew say so long. Have a great weekend, folks. Enjoy a plethora of football, including right here on CW7 Arizona on Saturday as Marshall takes on
Virginia Tech, the Virginia Tech
Hokies. So long from Bruce Harper Stadium here in Tempe. Our final score, once again, the Tempe Buffaloes 21 and the Yuma Criminals 20. Have a great night, folks.